demo day to compete with 10 others, 5 from the University of Ghana and 5 from KNUST. But I think for all 13, they have done very well. And so we are also using this platform to get our judges to help us also identify interesting ideas that we should consider joining our incubation program at the Hub. So I'm hoping that we will have all teams. It's all about your commitment and willingness to push this forward. I would only end now by saying a good luck to all those who are going to pitch to us, and for you to be relaxed. This is just a conversation. So we only want to understand your ideas and to shape them further. And I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Please put your hands together one more time for Doc. That was equally brief and powerful. So today I think we are doing all things brief and powerful. So your presentation has to equally be brief and powerful. And we have got to see innovation. And I like the fact that Doc touched on the fact that beyond the 5 people, we are looking at beyond IAU. We'll put you into D-Hub, the incubation program. So there is still hope. And there's a bright future for every idea that you've got. Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to move straight ahead and know who our chairperson for this event is. It's very important. Ladies and gentlemen, he is an adjunct professor in the public health at the Tampere University, Finland. He is an associate editor of the reputable BMC Public Health Journal, and he has over 6 scientific publications in reputable journals as well. He is currently the director of the Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy at the University of Cape Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor David Tvucc. Oh, put your hands together for him. And Doc is going to give, Prof is going to give us a very brief remarks. Prof.
Thank you very much, and good morning to everyone. Yeah, I'm very happy to be invited to chair this important event. This is really a very important event, and we at the Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy, we share so much in such activities. This event creates spaces for comprehensive education that will stand the test of time in our 21st century. It creates the spaces for creativity and innovation, together with other soft skills such as confidence and assertiveness. So this is a very important event. This kind of competition also elicits the 21st century skills, a few of them which are creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication skills. By the time we go through this, those who be successful here, or those who join the others, and those who have to go back and reshape their ideas, would have been able to gain some learning skills, some literacy skills, and some life skills which are very critical for our future. Therefore, while some of us participants, those who are competing today, who may emerge as the recipients of the prizes or the recipient to move on to contest with the other institutions at the national level, there will not be losers. I repeat, while some of you will be selected to go and join others to compete, those who will not be selected are not losers. At the end of the day, all of us will be winners, even if we do not receive any tangible prizes. The learning experiences that we have already acquired by coming this far are priceless. They are experiences that will go with us for a long time, for a very, very long time. And so I would like to say congratulations to all of you in advance. And I want to wish you all the best in your competition this morning. I would like to thank the organizers, even though we are just starting, but already British Council and the Imperial College London and others for supporting this process up to today, and for the anticipated support that they will give to this project as we move on. So I would like to say that I graciously accept to be the chair, although I'm here with my one of my deputies, Dr. Bramford Bevel. I will step out for an equally important engagement, but I promise I will be back hopefully before the session ends. But in my absence, Dr. Bevel will be around. I understand that there's also an emergency meeting that he has been called, so at some point he will also move out, but we are anticipating that both of us will converge back here to see the grand end of this activity. So our panel of judges and all other persons who are officiating this, we look forward to having a very great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Is that what you can do for Prof? Prof said he will go and come back. You can do better for Prof. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the main competition, and we've got to know who our judges are, what role they are playing, and that will inform some of the decisions that they make. And when they are equally asking you questions, you will then know why they are probing further or asking those questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll start by introducing the panel of judges in no particular order, but I'll begin with the first judge. And she is a senior lecturer at the entrepreneurship at the Center for Entrepreneurship and Small Enterprise Development at UCC. Her academic and research interests span. She is an associate professor, ladies and gentlemen, please forgive me. And her academic and research interests span across disciplines, but with a special focus on small enterprise development and entrepreneurship. She has over 2 decades of experience in youth and graduate entrepreneurship development, having promoted the establishment of the UCC Business Incubator and served as the coordinator for several international projects. She also has extensive expertise in entrepreneurship curriculum development. She is the founding director of CESED and currently serves as the coordinator for the entrepreneurship education and training unit of CESED UCC. Also holds a PhD and the development studies from UCC, an MBA in small and medium-sized enterprises development from the University of Leipzig, Germany, and a diploma in SMEs management and development from the Galilee College, Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Mrs. Mavis Benem Mensah. Oh, please do it better. Thank you. Now go to the next judge, and he is a senior lecturer and an outgoing agribusiness coordinator at UCC and at the Department of Agriculture, Economics and Extension, School of Agriculture. He is an international development management expert and core pathways in agribusiness, social entrepreneurship, strategy, innovation, and sustainability mindset. He had his postdoctoral PhD, a master's and postgraduate certificate from the world-acclaimed Wageningen University of Research in the Netherlands, and he's also an alumni from University of Ghana, Gimpa, and St. Joseph's University, USA, Uberta University, do. Please pardon me, this one is in Spain, yeah. Barcelona, yes, in Spain, and has many accredited certificates that cut across cooperatives, small businesses, project management, monitoring and evaluation, innovation and technology. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Alexander Tvucc Noel. Please put your hands together for him. Now, the next judge, he's a strategic business development consultant with specific emphasis on startups and SMEs. And he is currently the managing director of Amin Sangari. Please put your hands together for Mr. Perry Mesa. Also, we have an oriented person who is knowledgeable in project management and small enterprise development and has a master's degree in MBA entrepreneurship and small enterprise development from University of Cape Coast. Currently working with the Ghana Enterprises Agency and an entrepreneur. Also the CEO of Heneke Consult and loves to exploit new opportunities and find new solutions. She is the person of Madam Henrietta Okanta. Please put your hands together for her. This last person has not got a long introduction, but a very beautiful young woman, and she represents the Impact Hub, and she's here to be part of our judges as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Miss Eunice. So these are the judges that we'll be working with today, ladies and gentlemen, and away from that, maybe I'll just go to them and I'll just give them 30 seconds each to tell us what they expect from us, what they want to see. Maybe they'll tell us that we should panic or we shouldn't panic. Whatever they tell us, we take it and we begin from there. So I'll start with you, Prof.
Thank you. So my main expectation is that you would relax and clearly communicate with us. I'm looking out for feasibility of your idea. All right, so relax, because whatever you're going to present, you would want to ensure that it becomes a reality. Okay, so communicate to us clearly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I thank my boss for giving me this privilege. I'm not expecting anything so much, but I want to encourage you because this platform, whether you win or you are selected, I say you win because nobody here is going to lose. Whatever being the case, you still get an opportunity to experience whatever you want to experience. And so I'm expecting you to be confident and then learn from each other. Whilst others are doing their presentation, you tap something from it, and then it's going to go a long way to help you. Thank you.
I think this is going to be a learning platform for all of us. And as the saying goes, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So this is actually the first step for everyone. If you don't make it to the next level, don't lose hope. Just pick yourself up again and then continue with what you're doing. Thank you.
Okay, for me too, I'll just say that I've seen the journey. I know it's not been easy, and just as Doctor mentioned, 22 startups and now you're 13. So it's not an easy ride, but today I'll just say everyone here who has made it, you've done so well. Whoever is chosen, you're all winners, just as it's been mentioned. So just take your time, communicate well, just express your idea, and you're good to go.
Thank you. Just share your story and just be bold. Thank you.
Oh, please put your hands together. This clapping you are clapping can give you 2 marks in advance. I'm sure Dr. Noah is taking note of those clapping well. So he'll give 2 marks in that. Because you see, share your story. Clapping is, please put your hands together for them one more time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin with the presentations, and we're going to begin with the first team. So help me welcome HG Ghana Limited. Please put your hands together for them as they mount the stage and give us put your hands together for them until they are ready. Please don't stop. Give them all the morale and support.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Benis Inyan from HG Ghana Limited, a business that has the vision of adding value to traditional foods. Currently, we are focusing on cured fermented fish, which is locally known as momone. The problem we have identified with this product is that it is mishandled and improperly packaged, exposing it to bacteria on the market, equally causing harm for consumption. Out of our survey, 60% of the total respondents were working class individuals who were not only concerned about the inconvenience using momone brings, but were also concerned about the unhealthy packaging practices and the high salt content. HG Ghana Limited intends to solve this problem by bringing onto the market HG momone powder, that is, momone that is processed under healthy conditions into a powdered form. This product will be giving our consumers the value of reduced salt content, a packaging that provides convenience in the form of transportation and usage, as also it reduces spillage and contamination. So in so doing, our user personas or our customers like Miss Elizabeth would then have the privilege of using the momone without thinking about the salt content and also other health issues. Our product comes in two sizes, that is 10 grams and 25 grams. For the 10 grams, we have the cost price per unit to be 1 cedi 20 pesos, and then the selling price per unit to be 2 cedis, giving us a profit margin of 40%. And then for the 25 grams, we get a profit margin of 30% from the difference between the selling price and the cost price per unit. Our market size is based on the fish processing industry. So the total available market is the fish processing industry in Africa, which is worth 3.3 billion. And then we narrow it down to the fish processing industry in Ghana, which is worth 1.5 billion. AG Ghana Limited is targeting the fish processing industry in Cape Coast, which is worth 500,000 US dollars. We have been in operation for close to 5 months, and during that period, we have been able to do 2 productions. From the first production, our total cost was 500 Ghana cedis, and then we made a total sales of 450 cedis, sorry. And then for the second production, our total cost was 800 Ghana cedis, giving us a total sales of 1,079 cedis. We have also been working on our social media presence. Currently, we have 230 followers on Twitter, 69 followers on Instagram, and close to 100 customers. We want to increase our availability and accessibility by introducing the product to mass, because that is where most of our target market shop. But before we do that, we need to get FDA approval. So we are asking for 10,000 Ghana cedis, 35% out of which will be used for the registration and FDA approval. And then the rest of the percentage will be distributed across the industrial dehydrator, commercial blender, and then the factory space. I'm not doing this alone. I'm in a 4-member team, which consists of myself, Benis Enyan, the procurement manager, Christiana Mankwa, operations manager, Theodora Ej, the financial manager, and then Dr. Astechi, the sales and marketing personnel. We are AG Ghana Limited. Thank you.
Oh, put your hands together for them one more time. So we're going to go to our judges, and so if the judges have any questions for them.
Well, for now, I would ask one question. You said that you have 230 followers. And so far, have you received feedback from them in terms of the product, its quality, and then any other relevant, qualities that they would want to have? Because I see this. Is this the size of the products that you have been selling on the market? Well, it appears to be quite small. I want to know whether this is as a result of feedback from your followers or your current consumers. Right, so I think you may still have to consider their suggestion. I believe that you have come across Kivo pepper, and you realize that they have different sizes, the big size, Oshiko and all that. So think of commercial, users, like those who prepare banku and other meals, traditional meals on commercial basis, so that they can have adequate, more money to use instead of these little ones. Right. But I would hand over the mic to my colleagues.
Okay. I love what you've done. It's a very good innovation. Comparing this to when you get to the market, the way there are house flies all over. But then I didn't see teamwork. It looks like you are the only one who did the work. I didn't see any teamwork. I also realized that you were so fast at your presentation. Yes, you are timed, but then you have to communicate. I didn't get any eye contact as well. You are talking to us, but it looks like you are so focused on the screen, which is not a good practice. So I think you should work on it. And then looking at the profitability side of the work, this is for a seed funding, right? And how many countries are so much interested in this our money thing? Anytime a donor gives you money, in as much as it's a grant, is expecting that you can make profit out of it. Okay, and so looking at the profitability side, I'm not condemning the work. I'm just encouraging you. I think you need to do a lot of publicity to encourage people to start eating more money so that you can do exports. Thank you.
Well, I'm looking at the packaging. The writings are not very clear. You see, one of the things that people will look out for in food is what you have used in preparing the momoni. We hear a lot of stories. People use mouse and all those things. There was social media things going on. So when you package something like this, everybody will want to know exactly what you... I've seen, I tried to read and I've seen that you've written stinking fish there. But stinking fish could be any kind of stinking fish. So let the thing be clear, and whichever fish you are using, specific fish you are using, mention it, because people want to know. Yeah. Aside that, I think it's a good start. And the other thing you also mentioned about your marketing is just your followers. Momoni, normally people buy it at the market, Kotokraba. Hardly will people go online to look for momoni. I know students, if you are selling here, people, they will chase you up on social media. But what are you doing about the marketing outside social media? You have to consider that also.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask with regards to the marketing strategy, because just as you mentioned, day to day, people that use more money, they'll go to the market. I'm not now coming to go on social media to look at, who sells more money on social media. That's the last thing that will actually come to mind. So it's just trying to create a solid marketing plan that will actually attract users or buyers, or even the market women to say, this person, or even the referrals, because definitely market women, most of them are the ones, or even our mothers, they hardly ever go on social media to even say that they are looking for more money. So what different thing are you going to do to attract them, even if they are not the ones seeing it, maybe their children or their kids, or be like, mom, I saw this, I think you should try it. So yeah, you should consider that.
You have done well, eh? But your story was not too much convincing. Don't feel that down. Okay, let's go to your attraction. Okay, just not to waste time in there. So check your traction again, and then ask yourself, how business pathways have you taken, right? You are also looking at Central Region or Cape Coast. You say Cape Coast, right? Cape Coast alone, that's no business, right? So please go back to your traction. They've talked about it. Your marketing has been talked about it. So I think you need to work on it again. Ask yourself, how do I get the person, right, or the persona that takes more money, right? And how do I convince the persona who will take more money in the next 20, 30, 40 years, right? I think that part of the story, it's not very clear, okay? You've done well, you've attempted, it is great, okay? But look at those two parts. I think we'll do the rest aside, okay?
All right, thank you very much. Please put your hands together for HG. Now we're going to call the next team, but please take note of a few things. First of all, when you are speaking, get the microphone quite close to your mouth so we can hear you properly. And two, we are doing the presentation under 3 minutes. We'll do this under 3 minutes, and the judges will have the opportunity to see if they have questions and all that for you. But well done to the team. Okay, so we would love that one of you, we are trying to get you to come forward and do the presentation. Okay, our pointer is giving us a bit of problem. All right, so we'll go straight ahead to the next team. You can still do it there. And probably when you are done, we come forward for the questions. We'll give you that brief time to come forward for the questions, if that's okay. All right, so let's go to the next team. If we are ready. And the next team is Secular Creations. Please put your hands together for them. Secular Creations. Okay, so it's working now. You can come to the side. Can the team please come to the side? Please come to the side. Oh, put your hands together for them one more time as they walk here.
All protocols duly observed. Good morning. My name is Mavis Agbi, a co-founder of Secular Creations, and I'm here to pitch to you about our business. So what is Secular Creations? Secular Creations is a recycling organization which converts waste materials into something useful. Statistics show that only 10% of plastic waste generated in Ghana is collected for recycling, and 2.16 million tons of waste is generated from jeans annually. But this problem contradicts with our SDG Goal 12, which aims at environmentally sound management of all waste through prevention, recycling, and reuse. But on the other hand, it's about 41% of the Ghanaian population who live in rural areas and struggle to get certain basic amenities, such as bags to take around. Meet Paulina, a parent and a cleaner, and she's married with 5 kids. Because she's financially constrained, she finds it difficult to get bags for her kids to take to school. In order for us to solve this problem, we intend to recycle the plastic and jeans waste into affordable and durable bags for people like her who live in the rural areas to be able to afford. And statistics, according to our research, again shows that Ghana spent about $34.9 million on the importation of second-hand bags, and Central Region spent $3.2 million on the importation of the same second-hand bags, and Cape Coast spent about $2.3 million. But because we are producing at an affordable price, we intend to produce two types of bags, which is the school bag and the handbag. The school bag, we intend to sell it at a price of 25 cedis and a margin of 40%, and sell the handbag at a price of 15 cedis and a margin of 33%. So far, we have been able to make an MVP of a handbag, a low-fidelity prototype of a school bag. And out of the 100 people we have engaged, we have had 87% of the 100 people giving us positive feedback and are willing to buy the product. We have also secured some source of raw materials through agreement of
20 suppliers, and we are still in discussion with 2 part-time employees. To make this dream a reality, we are asking for an amount of 10,000 Ghana cedis, of which 10% is for registration, 10% for marketing, and 56% of it for our operations, and 24% for human resources. And I'm here with my team, Abigail Leduwose, the administrative lead, Portia Yeduwafua, the financial lead, and Erasmus Mensah, the operation and marketing lead. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So go to, okay. Dr. Noel says the lady should start. Okay.
Please, can you go back to your accounting? No, I like the one in the table. If you say 10% of 1,000 cedis for registration, I make a cheap. Say what? Biba say, give me 10% of 1,000 cedis for registration. Send I'll be hunipano. It shows that you've not done enough research. You've not actually gone to the field to know how much registration costs. You understand what I'm saying? And so anytime you are putting something together for a pitch, you make sure your accounting side, you get it right. Because that is what you are aiming at achieving, getting funding for your project. And so if you are not able to tell me the actual amount that you need and you give me percentages for me to calculate, it means that, you know, you are not so much prepared to take the money. Again, I didn't see anything on you that shows what you are doing. You see, if you say you are selling something, it should be on you. I was expecting to see you guys use it on you. You see. But, you know, I like it because it is solving an environmental problem. Yeah, I like it. But I think you should work on your accounting. Thank you.
Right. I think it's not just you. Maybe when we get to the comment section, we'll see. I was just looking at the second presenter. Our business valuation model is very, very important. That is why most of the businesses that we start in this country, you know, 2 years down the line, they've collapsed. Because we don't, you see, I saw cost price and selling price and all that. What is cost price? What informs you about the cost price? Do you have a financial analysis that will indicate all these things? Otherwise, you take the money all right. And if you say human resource, 2,400, is it somebody's pay for 1 month or 2 months, or all of you are going to share that money for maybe a month and then the money is finished? If you are asking for money for business, then you need to do your calculations well. So I don't know, but this is just a comment on, you know, because the collections you want to do, the recycling collections you want to do alone, how are you going to get it? You're going to use aboboya or something to go around and collect it.
So with the human resources, when we went in discussion with the 2 part-time workers, we agreed with them that every month we pay them, let's say, each other 200 cedis. So for the 3 months. And then also with our suppliers as well. Like, we spoke with some school kids, and then they agreed that they can get us gallons from the gallons, about 5 kids. So if they come, at least we have to give them a token, something small. Yeah, so we included all of that in the human resources. And then with the operations, it deals with the cost of the gallon, the cost of the jeans, the glue, the straps, and then the fabric thing. So when we did this design, we noticed that if we buy the glue in small quantity, it wouldn't really be something profitable. So we have to buy it in large quantity, which will be profitable. So we spoke to a friend of ours who is in Accra, and then he deals with these fabric paints, and then he gave us the prices. So we did all of that, and then we came up with this. And then with the marketing too, because it is rural areas, we can't just sit there and then sell it. We have to go there. We plan on doing a launching. So with the launching, we will hide canopies and then plastic chairs and all. Where, you know, it is a rural area. So when they see people there, they will come around and then we will explain our product to them, give it to them, and then we are positive that they will buy. Because out of the 100 people we spoke to, they were really interested and they were like, that is a brilliant idea, and of course they are going to buy. Thank you.
So I'm just wondering, looking at the bag, are you the ones who make the bag, or you have a contractor who manufactures it for you? So yes or no? Are you into clothing and textile, or you learned the skill from somebody?
So one of the people we were in discussion with, he has idea in textile. So when we made the bag, he was the one that even brought the idea that why don't we add the fabric thing to it? Because if you look in our slide, the first, we didn't have the fabric thing. So he's the one that brought the idea, and then he helped us to sprinkle the fabric paint on it. So it was not, it was our idea, but we consulted a friend, and then he helped us to come up with it.
I'm concerned because of the sustainability of this whole initiative. You may start so beautifully, but after school, which one of you would be willing to stay with the idea and make sure that you really push it forward? In fact, I have 2 bags. Today I wanted to bring one. I brought one not made in Ghana. I love made in Ghana bags. So I ordered 2 from northern Ghana, and the designer is Tanga. So think of also a brand. Don't just produce and put down. Think of a brand, and try and give us varieties, you know, in terms of the taste. Maybe your colleagues may love this, but people like us, we may want a much more refined, you know, outcome. I wish you all the best.
The story, Uncle You. It's still not business. Okay, like Prof said and my other colleagues mentioned. I think you have to go back to the drawing line. See, around 2 a.m., me, I'm addicted to fashion. Those who know me, I'm breaking UCC rules. I went to a place, they said, Papa, no, you're a lecturer. They didn't know. I can be in my shorts and it will match with my hinima. I'm coming from this concept creation perspective, right? I can be addicted to 5 hours just checking what's trending, right, in a sustainable pathway. When you look at this, and your target is the community, rural community, willingness to pay and willingness to sustain, right? It's a hallmark to your business, right? We're looking at, aside the action, we're looking at your go-to-market, being able to create that sustainable pathway, which seems to be lacking. Right, it's a great idea. I remember those days I was in Ghana. Anytime I come home, down into TA and those things, I pick a lot of them. And later on, it was a business for me, so I was like an off-picker. All right, so check within your go-to-market and see how you can create the pathway not only for the community. You could even tell a storyline how you're looking at some off-pickers also. We have the UNESCOs and those other NGOs that are providing these things to their communities, like the students, right? Last year, I think, or this year, a group that won some of these KICP was just looking at this sanitary pad, looking rural and making a very strong pathway. So go back to your drawing line and work on your pathway, okay? And as Prof said, it would be good also to look at 2 pathways. One for the rural and one for, right? So that you'll be having these 2 markets, and one becomes the impact pathways and the other becomes the financial pathway for you. I think if you look at it in that way, it's going to help you. Again, I like how you came out. Can we answer the questions? Right? It's a great thing. Okay, then it shows that you really discussed it. As your sustainability pathway also, I think one or two of you have to learn how to do this. Yeah, you know how to do it, but you didn't say it. You said you consulted somebody when they asked the question. Yes, communication and feedback, accept it. Okay, so in my mind, so all four of you don't know how to do it, but since you do, you should have let it be in your presentation or when we ask the question, right? Because then you cannot sustain it if none of you can do it. Okay, and then think business. Don't think just for the competition. And when Madam asked you the question about the percentage when it comes to the finance, you have written it there. So just convince her that, oh, it is 10,000. There's the 10%. The 1,000 is 10. You see, this is. So she quizzed you and you couldn't answer it. Right? She played smart on you and you couldn't answer it. You see, tables can be interpreted in different ways. Right? Oh, madam, we meant that the 1,000 is the 10% and not the 10% of the 1,000. It's part of the quiz. UCC and quizzes, eh? Yeah, so that's all that I want. So next time, check in that manner. I think we are good to go. Okay, Mr. MC.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for the team. You can pick your... Okay, so we'll leave it there for the... All right. I think we are getting somewhere. Gradually, we are setting the tone. And I think those, after the other teams, are taking note of a lot of things. So that is what we expect, innovation and creativity. All right, so we're going to go to the next team, and they are Cocoa Terrain. Please put your hands together for them as they come to do their presentation. Oh, do it better for them. Give them the morale.
Hello, okay. So, good morning, everyone. I am Kadma Ajiti, and wow, all of you are looking very splendid. All right, so basically, Cocoa Terrain is into the processing of coconut husk, with coconut husk into a planting substrate, a planting material. Now, many Ghanaians actually want to engage in agriculture. Many of them want to actually engage in gardening. According to Garden Pulse, in 2023, the COVID pandemic was able to create about 18.3 million gardeners alone to the general population. We were thinking this were just facts. Let us try to make it. Let's see how feasible it is within our Ghanaian space. So we went far ahead and then we conducted a survey. Upon our survey, we realized that 28% of these individuals, 28% of people living in Ghana actually have spaces that they actually that are actually engaging in gardening. So we then decided to say, okay, fine. What do we see around us? We realized that there are a lot of coconut waste within our vicinity. So we went ahead and took some of these coconut waste and then decided to process them into planting substrate so that we can provide it for these gardeners to engage in farming. On your far left, on the upper left, you can realize that there's a particular garden, it's like everything is gone, everything is vanished. The reason is simple. The person who is actually having that farm, that particular garden space actually lost all his yield because he didn't have adequate time to plant or he didn't have adequate time to water his crops. And because of that, he lost most of them. And you can bear witness with me that most of our lands are not actually able to sustain a lot of agriculture. So because of that, we are providing this one to urban homes within the Ghanaian space. So therefore, this brings us to our problem statement. What is therefore is the issue? Now, the problem is that Ghanaians don't actually desire to grow vegetables in their homes. However, because of time constraints, they are not able to optimize their garden space. So therefore, Cocoa Terrain therefore came up with a solution to convert this coconut waste into a planting substrate so that people can use them in their homes. Our substrates are actually highly efficient, cost-effective, and are ready to use. So once you get this substrate, the only thing you can do is just to immediately use them to plant your crops and then they'll begin to grow. Compared to our competitors where you have to watch the substrate and engage in all other kind of technical know-hows, our substrate actually helps you to resolve all these kind of issues. So now, let's talk about the numbers. Now, globally, according to Transparent Market Research, the cocoa peat industry is estimated around 2.4 billion US dollars. Within the Ghanaian space, it is estimated to be around 16.5, million US dollars. We are targeting just 6.6% of the total revenue. Therefore, our revenue model, the revenue model we adapted to be able to reach these people is by the pay-as-you-go method and then on subscription basis. How are we selling our price? The price of 1 unit, which is 5 kilograms, which is dry cocoa peat, is going to be sold at 15 Ghana cedis. The cost price is 9 cedis, 65 pesos, and we are making a profit of 5 cedis, 35 pesos per sample. Now, our attraction so far, we have been able to engage with a lot of people, and we have been able to speak with them. And upon our research, we realized that 70% of the people we spoke to are willing to purchase this substrate of ours. And we were also able to partner with a particular industry which are into irrigation, and then they are saying that they are willing to partner with us to enhance the user friendliness of our products. Secondly, we are also able to speak to an individual, and when we spoke to him, he was like, oh, he fell in love with our idea and said, okay, fine, he's willing to volunteer to join and to partner with us to be able to provide us a very nice touch when it comes to the marketing of our business, especially on how our products look on the market. We are asking for 10,000 Ghana cedis. I'm sorry, but the numbers are out. About 60% of the amount of money is going to fixed asset, 3.5% is going into marketing, and about 6.5% is going into the raw material that we are going to purchase. I am Kadmil Ajite, the business and operation lead. My friend over here is Kofi Amankwa Bonsu. He's in charge of our sales and marketing. And my dear sister over here, she's Rosalind Oforiwa Aqua. Thank you very much. Coco Terine.
All right, so we'll ask our judges if they have any questions.
Have you heard of cocoa peat?
Yes,
apart from cocoa peat, which other startup or business have you heard about that is doing what you are doing?
All right, so hello. So within Greater Accra, there are about 4 cocoa peat producing industries. However, this so far is just one that actually stands out. The company is also actually called Fiber World. The other one is called K-Moy Cocoa Peat. This is actually more specifically or inclined towards using this coconut husk into production of bedding materials, brushes and brooms and things like that.
Do you know some people are doing this same thing in UCC and on campus to the tune of having a €1 million project? Are you aware of that?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Let me go to my substantive question. You said you talked to one person and also you discussed with so many other people when you came to your traction. When you come to do such a presentation, the numbers count. Okay? All right. Before you finish picking, who questions and person this or that? Okay? From what you were saying and what's on your slides, right? The numbers are not there. It's the numbers that will convince us. You get it? And it's not there.
Sorry.
Okay? Even when you took your thumb and moved down there, we're expecting you to come out with a value and then the gap that you are filling. Okay? In terms of numbers, it's also not there. Wait. And then when we asked you the question, you started talking about Greater Accra. Is your market at Greater Accra?
No, sir.
Or it's Ghana? Or it's Central Region? Or it's Cape Coast? You see, you just have 3 minutes. So you hit, okay, you hit to all of you also. You hit directly. Okay? It didn't come out in that context. Okay? So that's something that you need to look at. Again, coming to the product itself, the sources of the raw material and the sustainability. You know, we're asking these questions more because that is not just part of the traction, but that will let the business work. I think our uncle here will tell you how it's working. The raw material base and the sustainability part with, especially when you are dealing with such agribusiness, is very important. And that's also not there. So please go back and work on it. The rest we'll talk later.
Well, I'm still getting lost. I don't know whether you are competing for 10,000 Ghana cedis or not. Because, you see, it's ridiculous. If you are in industry, you understand this. 10,000 will not do anything for any business. I can understand if somebody is going to help you, assist you with a certain amount of money. But you are pitching your business. Let the reality be there. If you tell me 60% of 10,000 you used to buy fixed asset, what kind of fixed asset are you going to buy? And most businesses, I haven't seen, you see, the monies you are putting there. And that's why I asked those other people how they are going to use 2,400 to pay people. And the explanation given me, I wasn't satisfied at all. Maybe you are in school, so you don't know what is going on. But the reality, if we want to, this is business. It doesn't matter whether the people doing it are in school or they are outside. You are going to sell to Ghanaians. So let's get the real figures. Then you can ask for what you are asking for. But then the real figures will be there. So everybody will know that, okay, what you are saying is true. It looks to me that you are just doing something hypothetical. You understand what I'm saying? So let's get to the real figures of what you are doing. Everybody is stating selling price, cost price. And I ask the same question. If you do your financial analysis well, you will realize that the margins that you are looking at, probably that is why you think you go into the business to make money. But the reality will turn something else. And then you begin to think that maybe I operate for 6 months and it's not what I thought. I hope you understand. So, and then again, you mentioned that people, Ghanaians, you did feasibility and you realized that people do about 80 million something you were saying will do gardening in their home. Then you said you contacted some people who are doing irrigation. Are they going to do the irrigation in people's homes?
Okay, sorry. Actually, my bad. Sorry. The numbers didn't actually appear on the slide, but the numbers were actually real. We surveyed 47 people. 47 people. The 47 people we surveyed, they are all from the urban communities. Because our solution is actually already in existence. However, that's where our value proposition come into play. Our products are highly efficient, which is the first thing. Which is for me to explain. When you use our substrate to plant, for example, a tomato today, let's say within a maximum of 3 days, you are supposed to see that the tomatoes are sprouting. The cost effectiveness means that when you go into the market, those already existing before us, those already like Faberwell, Kmart, Cocoa Peat, and the rest, they sell 50 kilograms of cocoa peat at a price of 32 Ghana cedis. And these ones are hydrated. They already have water. So if you have to strain the water out of the cocoa peat, you are getting and the ratio of water to substrate is 1:5. So you are getting around 10 kilograms at 32 Ghana cedis, which is not so much. You were talking about the feasibility of the issue. In Ghana, according to Agricultural Development Bank, the total in 2013, the middle income earners in the households are at 40%. As it stands today, if you have to spread the number to today's number, you are looking at around 18 million Ghanaians. However, because you are not going to be able to attain or go into the market to get all these individuals, we are just targeting just 6%. And this percent we are looking out for, there are individuals living within Greater Accra region, specifically Accra, Cape Coast, and then Kumasi.
So thank you. That's where I'm coming from. That your target are individuals who are doing these things in their homes. Then again, you come back and say you consulted an irrigation company. What are they going to do for you?
It's a partnership that we are speaking to them about, so that they will help us with some of the machines that they have that will make gardening in the houses convenient for our customers. Yes, please. With the cocoa peat or the... Yes, please, we have. We have.
Shred a few coconuts on my own coconut that I'm growing on my side. Okay, I will use it as an example. Okay, to see how it's going. if I'm presenting somewhere. You get it? Now you have to convince us when you come here, right, that this and this and this are what you can. If you are the ideation stage, you are the ideation stage and you are working towards, you get it? If you have something that is evident to prove or to show that, oh, we've tried this, that one also is there. It's good to have reference points, right? Secondary data. But you yourself have to get something that you can rely on and stand on. But that is the questions that we as judges are supposed to ask you. Yes. Okay. And as it stands now, I think you have to go back to the drawing board. I know the market is there. And I know we are not meeting the market. Even the head of, the dean of school of agric, Legon, of Arineji, she herself is doing some of these things. And then Soto. Okay, she's doing this, she's doing compost, you know. So it's a good place to venture into. But we think, as practitioners and experts in here, we think we have to go back to the drawing board, okay, and work on that. Get us the numbers, get us the figures, okay. It's the figures and the numbers that will convince anybody. Again, it doesn't kill to say that, okay, doing a realistic go-to-market and looking at your traction, say you will need 50,000, right? But for this particular pathway, there is probably a threshold. So you need 10,000 and you need 10,000 for X, Y, Z out of the 50,000. You understand? It's good to go through that pathway. As it stands now, there's a lot of work to be done. But at least you are getting there. Okay.
Thank you.
Well done. I think it's very innovative. Just like my boss said, it is already in the market, but then there's a capacity for you to still be in the market because, and so to, like he said. But I am kind of confused when he said 70% of the people that you spoke to. Because if you are saying your target market is homes, it means you don't really have a limit. It could be any home, anybody. And then you say 70% of the people. Which people in particular? You know, when you are designing your market, you should be able to segment it in a way that we will understand. You understand what I'm saying? In my home, my mother is into poultry. She likes to rear birds. In someone's home, they will prefer to do flower. But with what you are saying, it looks like this is for those who are strictly into agro, those who are growing something that we can consume, right? Or it's good for anything, flour, everything. So let me understand, because I'm getting more confused. If you say homes, garden, we can plant anything there. Who are your target people? Because if you are telling me to buy this for my garden, and I can just use my animal dropping, that is free for my garden, I would prefer that than buying this. And so convince me. And I think if you are to focus more, it should be on those who are growing, using it to grow things that they will sell, make profit out of it, like foodstuffs and all that. And so check your market again and redesign it. Unless, of course, I'm not getting you. Or if I'm not getting you, or you can explain for me to get it. But if that is what it is, then I think you should work on the market.
Okay, so for now, our target market is people who live in urban areas who may not have access to large size of lands to grow crops, but may want to engage in farming in their homes, maybe grow vegetables for themselves. Or yes, so these are the people that we are targeting right now. But when we get into business and then we get the numbers, we are hoping to extend it to people who do greenhouse farming and all those people who are interested in buying at a large scale. So we designed a questionnaire that we sent across for people to answer, and that's where we got that data from. So
I think you should rather focus on the greenhouse, because this, you are asking for funding. Okay, so if you are going to use the funding to test the market, by the time you are done with your testing, now we see sound. You understand what I'm saying? Now we see sound. So if the greenhouse will make you get more income, why don't you use them as your target market and then work hard at getting it at the larger quantity and then selling it to them rather. And then the investor will realize that, oh, okay, if I give you this amount in the next month, you can add something up to it and expand and then employ more, because that is what our focus is always about.
We are focusing on the urban cities for now because
joining home gardening Ghana, you have over 100,000, right? Potential respondents. That will not even cost you much. And home gardening Ghana was started by Dr. Accra, the farm manager of UCC. So you see, you have us around. That's why I'm giving you this feedback. Okay, information is very important. Okay, so like she said, you can say, okay, this is my niche. You want to look at greenhouse or want to target this particular. Just home gardening alone, you can get just designing the normal Google form, Google Doc thing will help you out. Okay, so please take it as a feedback. Go back to the drawing line, and I think you'll be able to do better and you'll be more confident, because then you have the numbers, have the figures. You get even people who are working on, because all those working on this cocoa peat thing or coconut related thing, they are all there. They are just go to Facebook, add yourselves to it, and you are good to go and you are in business. Okay.
thank you for the feedback.
I hope you can do that within the next 1 week. Going on to Home Ghana to do a little survey. Yes, so please, when you are doing the survey, for example, ask for the kg or the amount of, the products that they use, for example, in a day or in a week, so that you can project, the amount or the quantity that they are likely to demand in a month, etc. For you to give us, realistic and convincing, figures. So don't just ask them, do you use this or would you want to use it? But also find out the amount that they use within a week and then maybe within a month.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for them. Put your hands together for the team. They've done well. All right, so please take note again that you still have 3 minutes for the presentation, but this time, as soon as the 3 minutes is up, the slide will go off. It will go off, so please take note and be within time. Also, because we've got 2 microphones now, we want you to get closer for media purposes. The teams will now stand there and do the presentation. Then the judges would take the questions from here, then we can also see you. So, now we are moving on to the next team. And that will be Felix Bock Food Services. If they are ready, please give them a round of applause. Felix Bock Food Services. Oh, put your hands together for them. Give them the morale.
Hello. Hello, good morning. My name is Lorraine. Hello. Good morning. My name is Lorraine. And I'm here with my partner, Deborah. And we are here to present our business, which is called Felice Bulk Food Service. FBFS for short. So, what is the problem we are trying to solve? So there's been a prevalence of unhealthy food on the market. Everywhere we go, anywhere we turn, we can see that shops are open selling food of whatever kind. And students which fall within our target audience happen to have limited options because they have time constraints, inability to cook, or other matters. They find it's a problem, it's a worry for them having to settle for these foods that are unhealthy. On the other hand, they are becoming more health conscious every now and then. So, what are we trying to do? So we are providing a flexible and cost-effective customized bulk food preparation and delivery service to our target audience, which are dominantly male students in tertiary institutions. And we are also geared towards promoting SDG 2, SDG 3, and SDG 8. Good health and well-being, zero hunger, and then decent work and economic growth. So we've been in operation for about 3 years now, and we recently started our TikTok page, and also a website, and then we have an Instagram page as well. So our website has received 317 visits over the past 3 months. Our TikTok, we started it in June, and currently we have 53 followers with a roundup of 230 likes. So the current population of students in the University of Cape Coast is over 74,000. And the male population, we are looking at over 39,000 students, regular students. Our market share, which is students who are workers. So our customers are students who are workers, students who have really busy schedules and can't cook for themselves. So we are looking at 3,000, about 3,000 of the male students population. That is the market share that we want to work with. And it translates to the value of 5,400,000. So this is our ask. So we are asking for 10,000 Ghana cedis, and with that, our business registration and FDA approval will take about 0.8. No, we take about 800 cedis. Yes, and then the other parts of the money will be cut across equipment, sites, production and storage sites, transportation, labor, and basically all other things. Thank you.
Please, can you give me your first slide? The very first one. The first one, not the, yeah. Do you know this didn't tell me anything? As of now, I'm still wondering what you really do. Whether you are into delivery or you are the one doing the cooking yourself. I don't really know what exactly the idea is. I think this should disqualify you, because your first slide should be able to summarize everything that you do. After the first slide, any other thing will just be, going through and seeing how far you've come with whatever idea you have. But this should tell us what you want to do. and I couldn't figure out anything, any straight thing on what exactly you want to do, whether it's delivery or cooking. My next question, this be jotting them down. When I'm done, then you answer me if there is answers to that. Is your market? If you say, which level are you? Level 300. And I know very well you've been told is a competition that you are going to meet other universities. So does it mean when you are done with school, the business, what happened? What happened to the business? Because it looks like UCC is the only focus. What happened to the business? And then my next, this is not even a question. This is to tell you that you didn't do your research well. Because with the FDA, I know how much it costs. And the amount you stated there is so low, way low registering for. If it is food you are saying, you are going to pay more than the 800 you are mentioning. Not talking of business registration. And so I am trying to say that you've not done a good or a thorough work. Thank you.
I think this is a very good idea, a very good business on campus. But if you look at your social media and your followers, did you identify who the followers are, whether male or female?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. So did you do any survey or feasibility as to whether the male you are talking about? Because I was a student here on campus. Here, when you talk about male students ordering food, it's a lie. You will get a few of them ordering food. People who order food on campus are ladies. So check your followers and see whether they are male or female. And if you are targeting male students, and then you get followers female, then you should know that your target market is not right. So you have to check it. And then again, your competitors. I'm sure there are a lot of people doing food on campus. And who are your competitors? Have you also found out what they are doing? Because if you want to go into a trade, you have to look at who is doing it and how they are doing it and how you can do it better. Now, just like my lady here was talking about, if you look at delivery, motorbike, how much is it sold? Or you are going to rent it? All these things you have to take it into consideration. And then the amount of money you are asking for, what exactly, and you mentioned some few things, all of a sudden your thing went off, so we didn't see the rest of the things that you are using the thing for. So your costing model, and I think that applies to all of you, your costing model, we have to look at, we have to really work on it. Because let me tell you, every money that you are asking for, the costing is the basis. If I'm supposed to give you a grant or loan and I'm sitting in a credit and you bring me costing which is not real, I'll decline the loan. You won't get the money because then it tells me that you don't know exactly what you are doing. A motorbike can cost you about 13,000, one motorbike, before you build your delivery thing behind it. Know also that when you are delivering, you sell at a premium. So if I can buy Gobe 5 cedis, maybe you deliver to me at 30 cedis or 50 cedis. And I don't think the male students here will be ready to buy that except for their girlfriends. So you need to look at your target group.
You see, your model is okay. Oh, why are you looking at me like that? Yeah, I'm not coming to attack you, and don't worry. You have something that I think thinking through can become better than it stands now. Yeah. The fact that you are co-creating a menu, right, and having a source, right, that is sustainable in terms of whatever you are going to use to, and then even creating the impact pathway for whoever is going to use. It's good, right? It's good, but personally, I think your target is mismatched, right? How many students? Even you said new student at the beginning. How many students are ready to co-create a menu with you? I think it's Prof and Sir and some of us in here, and Miss Naim too, and true of us. There are the people you can mostly co-create this kind of healthy food pathways, right? Good. So I think your target is mismatched. That is the first thing. The idea is good, but then the target. Again, your presentation and your slides. Then it goes to a number of you also. Please check it. Okay. Let your storyline and your what? Your slide match. Right? You have only 3 minutes. So hit it that way. You really got us confused. Right? If it's not that okay, we're trying to see, okay, oh, this particular thing or this pathway, it makes it difficult for the audience. So that's something to. And then you said you've been in business for 3 years or 3 months.
3 years.
3 years. And that is all that you'll be making.
Yes.
Your finance. Then you are not in business. Right? They are not in business. You started in level 100, level 200, and you're level 300. So that's not 3 years. So you see, if it's 3 years or not 3 years, for what you put in there, the numbers do not add up. So please go back to check on the numbers again. Okay? And then I think we'll be good to go. The rest are comments we've made already for the other teams, so it goes to you also. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for them. Okay, they want to respond to a few things. Okay.
So the first.
Kindly get a microphone closer to your mouth.
The first slide was a problem. That is what we intended to express there. And then okay, so we did consulting and we got to know that the cost for the business registration and the FDA approval will amount to 800 cedis. But I'm really grateful that you have made me aware that it is nowhere, it is not sufficient for that. Thank you very much for that. And then our social media followers, we have not identified the number of males and number of females on our social media platforms. But what we have is our customers. And that is what we use to define, so the question of the target audience, that is what we have used to define our target audience. And currently we have about 50 customers. And this 50, 80% of them are males. They order from us. Most of them order on a weekly basis. So that is where we defined the target audience from. We did not just, it wasn't an assumption. And
we come in before you answer the next one. So what are you really into? Are you doing, do you do the food or you just do the delivery? Because I'm still not getting what exactly you do.
yes.
If you tell me you have customers and they are patronizing you, and what are they patronizing? Is it the food, or you are just an intermediary between those who cook and then the students? So that you do the delivery, you pick the food and then you do the delivery. Or you do the cooking yourself and then you do the delivery. Where exactly do you fit in? That's why I'm getting confused.
Okay, so we said that we are a meal preparation and delivery service. And we offer meal preparation and delivery service. That is what we do. So we do the cooking, we do the delivery. And please, that brings me to, please, does that answer your question? That brings me to the question about delivery and then how much it costs to get a motorbike. So what we do is that we partner with student brands, student businesses on campus. So we do not have our own delivery service. We have people on campus who offer delivery services. So with that, cost is cut.
and we do not have to take care of everything as a business because we are a startup. So an average delivery rate on campus is 5 cedis. And also the issue about gobe, you receiving gobe at a price of 30 cedis. So our meals are prepared in large quantities. So basically the feeling you get when you receive food from FBFS is the whole process of you going to the market to buy food stuff, coming back, doing all the prep, going through the prep stages, washing the vegetables and all that, putting it on fire, the time and all that involved. That is where we come in. We come in to help you cook the food. In fact, we come in to help you buy the food stuff from the market.
Okay, my dear, so I think, thank you for that. You see, you don't need to convince us about what you have. It's important that you identify your target market and get them to confirm what you are telling us. And so far, you haven't really demonstrated that. Okay, so you need to go back and get us the figures based on credible research for us to be convinced. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Hi, please stand and take note of this.
Right, you can move to the next one. It's not. We are not saying your idea is bad. We're not saying you are not in business. We're saying the numbers don't add up. Per the story you've told us, you understand. So go back and then look to, and then rebrand or represent. You get it? Because as it stands now, it really doesn't add up. Okay, and when you are presenting also your slides, the first slide, like we said, it really didn't appeal. So then we ask plenty questions, and these are feedback that you need to take. Okay, and it's going to help you to improve. It's to all of you. Okay, our duty is to make a critique, recommend, and suggest for you to become better off. When you go out there to Legon, you are competing with all others. All right, and I can tell you that the judges will be more strict than us here. So take these as feedback. Okay, all of you. Okay.
Thank you very much. We're going to go on to the next team, and that is Nutty Flower House. Please, again, you have 3 minutes. Put your hands together for Nutty Flower House.
Hello, hello.
Good morning. We are here to pitch on the offer from Nutty Flower House. And before we begin, meet Selassie. She's an owner of Meet Selassie. She's an owner of a special bakery within Cape Coast. Her baked goods are tailored towards individuals who are health conscious and then individuals on strict dietary regime. She expressed her frustrations with getting her flour for her business because she is solely dependent on imported sources, and due to this, she needs an alternative flour. So we at Nutty Flower House, in an attempt to solve her problem, we tend to address SDG Goal 3, which is good health and well-being. We are producing and packaging whole flour made from locally grown nuts in Ghana, and the value we are offering them for their money is a nutritive option from our flour, and then the reliability in that we are using locally grown nuts, and so the constant supply for the business is assured. And then also with the varied products, we don't
with our flour, we don't only use it for baking. So we can actually prepare a nice delicacy like banku with our flour. So even if you're on a restricted diet, you are not so restricted on certain kinds of foods. You can actually eat them in the nutty way. And then with our financial summary, the current selling price of a kilogram of our flour costs 35 Ghana cedis, and we intend to sell our flour to grocery stores, healthcare shops like pharmacies, and even in hospitals. We also intend to make money through direct sales of our products, which is the flour, and then wholesale and retailing of the flour. So far, we've spoken to 5 special bakeries within Cape Coast and concerning our products, and then their willingness to buy is 100%. We also contacted some of their special clients that buy from them. We gave them samples of foods we've baked with our flour for them to try, and then the response rate with a positive feedback was about 80%. So we are certain that our business will thrive on the market.
We are asking for 10,000 Ghana cedis, and out of it, 5% will be used for business registration, that is 500 cedis. And then 30% out of it will be used for the machinery, which includes dehydrator, moisture tester, and then commercial blender. And then 20% will be used for packaging and marketing. Utilities for 20%. And then in a team is Miss Francis Kajamesi. She is the team lead and the marketer with a background in nutrition. And then I am Cecilia Owusu, the research analyst. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ladies. Well done. I think so far you are the team that has slowed down a bit in your delivery, so I could follow you quite well. But I'm still not sure of what you are offering. You kept saying flour, but what kind of flour was in the flour? And you kept mentioning nutritive option, nutritive value. What makes it special that hopefully if in future you get the support, all the bakers maybe in Cape Coast may want to patronize your flour?
Okay, so basically what we are offering is using locally grown nuts such as coconut. Sample is what we have there to make flour so that it will be a flour alternative for the all-purpose flour on the market.
So only coconut?
Yes, please. For now, that is coconut. But then
how
we are
sustainable is that? You know, the other team also is thinking of using, the coconut husk to produce this. And I think a big challenge in there is about sustainability of your, raw materials, being able to secure the needed quantities to continue producing. So I'm just thinking about it, for your own. How sustainable is your source of supply?
All right, so thank you for the question. So the coconut is an all year round fruit. So it's constantly available.
Not really, not in commercial quantities. In fact, I used to have a student who partnered a professor somewhere. They were also producing coconut oil. And I really wanted to buy some recently. He told me, Madam, we are not able to get the coconut. And so think about it. Maybe getting into coconut plantation may also be an alternative in future. But be mindful of the fact that the raw material is not.
Looking to using other nuts aside the coconut. So we are not strictly going by only the coconut. But then other nuts that are available can also be used. Example is almond nuts.
Well done. I think it's very innovative. But is it just coconut flour or there's flour added to it? Because just this, the way it feels lighter. I doubt if you could bake something bulky like this with it. You will need a larger quantity to get something like this. So if you can be sincere to us, because you are talking about health, you are talking about nutrition and everything, and if you are selling a product like this to me and I am allergic to the type of flour that you've added and you are telling me it's just coconut and I take it and I start getting reaction, I don't think you are being fair to me. So that's my first question. And then the second one is the packaging. In fact, it even put me off. I didn't even want to hold it. Because, you know, what we eat, our eyes always, you know, inform what we eat. And if you are going to compete with other universities and you take this form of packaging there, I think even if you should have given us a better packaging, the content might not matter. We will be looking at the packaging to do the judgment. I think the packaging is bad. And you really need to work on it. If you are saying you want to compete with food in the food space, you have to work on your packaging. And so tell us what makes up your components. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so with the packaging, this is not our main packaging we intend to use, but for the purposes of today's presentation, we had to come like this. So we would work on it. And then with the constituents of the flour, in all honesty, we did it with only the coconut meat, the coconut itself. And we have videos to prove that we didn't add any different flour while we were making the product.
Well, let me add to this. See, you are concentrating on coconut, but I think that you can be using the flour we have on the market as well. Just like the people who just left, what's the name? The people who do the food. Instead of saying your market is male students, you could have been students of UCC. So the market is open. Then we don't have any problems with that. So if you are using the flour we have on the market and also doing this for those with dietary problems, that's okay. So every time you have sales. In business, if you run out of raw materials, your business is going to collapse. Because there is a fixed cost element that you have to meet every day, whether you are doing the business or not. If you engage people who are going to work for you and you don't get coconut to do the things that you are doing, are you going to sack them, or they are going to be there and you pay them? Your place is going to be running. You have to pay rent. You have to do all these things. So you don't just concentrate on coconut and say, oh, we are using only coconut. You can be doing this for people with dietary problems. And then you do the ordinary donuts and things with the other flour which is on the market. So every day your products are on the market. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, I think it's great presentation. The source of the raw material, as we talked about, is something you should consider, right? Yes, there's a whole national project in growing coconut. I have 15 seedlings now on my 3 plots. 15. I want to drink coconut when I'm very old. I want to reduce the intake of water. Right. But then coming to your persona, you had 2 user personas, right? The one that bakes, right? And then the one that consumes.
Yes, please.
Okay. So you should have come out with the numbers from the 2 sides also. Okay. And that was missing within. Again, you should have also come into your go-to-market that you talked about. If you don't have a sustainable pathway, that is what can be really sourced. Even if it's a niche, right, in terms of your second persona, you to create a pathway which is not in here. I think parts that your selling point in terms of your presentation. Okay. And then also let us see the innovativeness. Are you going for a niche market, a niche target, and that is those you are looking at? So his question could come from, your answer could come from there. Okay, if it's a niche, And then you should let us also know. I know you have been in business for some time, right? Okay, so let us know. Have you been in business for some time? How many days? How many weeks? How many years? And how is the same question we'll be asking the others. I think that part is also not very, yeah, but I like your presentation. I like how together you interchange to answer the questions. Yeah, that is part of your tops for now. Okay, so keep that one out and improve on it. But the other part, I think the numbers still need to improve on that. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. But before you go, it's important that we keep time in check. But I also want to allow the not participant to also ask a few questions. So, maximum of 2. So I'll deal with you first.
Hi, can you hear me? Hi. I enjoyed your presentation. I have one question. I know coconut flour is already in existence. So how different is it from the others already in the market? Thank you.
Alright, so thank you for your question. So currently, there's no coconut flour on the Ghanaian market. The one that we have are imported. They are not made here. So that's why we intend to do it locally and then have it at a subsidized price as compared to the imported ones.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for them. Oh, please give it up for them. All right, so go to the next team, and that will be pre-frames, yam, and delivery. Please put your hands together for them. Have you got any packaging for us? Okay, let me pick that up, then you go do your presentation.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Gifty Prempon, and the name of our business is Preference Yam and Delivery. And I'm here to tell you a story about our business. So we had a market research, and then per market research, we discovered that in Ghana, an average of 15 to 40%. No. So in Ghana, an average of 15 to 40% yam is lost to post-harvest loss as a result of poor storage, which is approximately 900,000 metric tons of yam. We equally spoke to farmers, and Mr. Daniel Ej happens to be one of these farmers. He's a young farmer in Kwanta in the Oti region, and has 5 acres of 5 acres farm. Yes. So he happens to lose 40% of his yam produce to post-harvest losses as a result of poor storage. This narrows down his revenue, which equally affects the country as well. On the other hand, we also we have consumers like Mrs. Peldonko. We have consumers like Mrs. Peldonko who face the challenge of inconvenience and stress when they have to put yam into chips and then slices. And also the other farmers like Mr. Daniel Ej and also Peldonko, who are equally going through such a challenge. So as a business, we partner with these farmers, where we serve as an intermediary between the farmer and then the consumer. And then we purchase from them in bulk, process them into chips and slices, provide proper storage facilities for it, so that we can sell to our customers all year round. So doing this, we help to solve the problem. We contribute to the sustainable development growth of SGD 1, 2, and then 3. Our product is natural and organic, healthy and nutritious, portable and then affordable. All right. So our business is profitable, and because we have we have a margin of 25% on the 2 products that we are currently producing, which is 0.6 kg and then 1 kg. The next slide. Okay, so with our traction, for the past years, we make a sale of 1,000 cedis. We make a sale of 100 purchases. We make a sale of 100 units yearly. Oh, Jesus. Let me go through. So with our sales, we make a sale of 100 units, which is approximately 1,500 cedis. We have 200 cedis. We have 50 clients and then 200 customers who have showed interest in patronizing our product. We have also collaborated with 2 suppliers and 1 farmer. We've also linked up with 1 supermarket, 8 halls, and then 1 bank. We also have active social media handles where we have 57 followers on Instagram and then also 37 followers on TikTok, indicating their interest in our product. So with our acts, we are asking for mentorship, coaching, and then training, and also an amount of 15,437 Ghana cedis to support our business and then make our business our dream come true. So with this amount, we are looking at investing most of the funds in patronizing equipment and other expenses. With our team, I am Gifty Frimpong, the operations manager. We have Prince Mensah, who is the CEO, Epafra Sarinto, who is the sales and marketing manager, and then Jonathan Anwa, who is the production manager. Thank you.
The same questions go back to you. The same questions we just asked, all of them back to you. Okay. And one thing that I also want to ask, what's so innovative about it? Tell me.
Okay. So our product is organic and natural. Yes. And with the packaging to it, it comes in a unique package.
I can do this. Oh.
Yes.
And any of us can do this. So tell us what should convince me to take this instead of me doing it or any of us doing it here.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Like we stated earlier on, even though there are competitors on the market, like we said, but with them, we tried their product and ours, we've added the packaging. We are now using a vacuum sealer package. So with that one, it means even when you are not having a fridge or you are not having a freezer, it means it can sustain. We tried. I think one of the packages there, we just did it last night at 10:58 p.m. We placed it in a vacuum sealer, and then as at 11 o'clock a.m. this morning, that was when, because it had some spaces, I think we mishandled it because air entered, then it changed color. But with the product on the markets there is unless they are using zip locks. So with that one, it's not airtight too. So the probability of it decoloring.
I was expecting you to talk about things like shelf life and all those other things and what you are saying. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Because of time, that's why I cut you in that. If you want to tell me that I should go for this, you have to convince me on the added value, right, and the added advantage, okay, how innovative it is. I think I don't want to think for you. Epaphras, you are my friend that I conflict of interest from the panel. Okay, so these are things that you should do, okay, to convince us within the 3 minutes that you have, which I think it's not too clear. Again, your presentation, you need to improve. See the previous presentation, we're all praising. Okay, I think you've not done well in that and you have to work on that. The next thing is your numbers.
With that one, I think there's not a slide that we're using.
It doesn't matter. That is why I say when you come upstage, You are telling us your story. Okay? Anything can happen, and how innovative you take advantage of it is important. We don't know the slide you presented to the final slide. So your duty is to take advantage and hit your storyline. It goes to all of us in here. And there are days I get to my lecture room and I realize that it's an old slide. Okay, but because I prepared, I'm able to. And then later I'll send the actual to my TA to send to the student. It happened to me. So it's normal. Okay, so to all of you, if you go and you're presenting and you see that there is something you can innovatively work it out that none of us will know. Okay, so it's important to look at it that way. Check the numbers again. I think the financials, there's a lot of work to be done for all of you. Yeah, all of you. Okay, I don't know.
You mentioned that you have 2 suppliers and 1 farmer. And you said the farmer had 5 acres or something. And the suppliers?
The suppliers, please, I don't get the question.
You are going to supply this all year round. Okay. Yeah? Okay. So your suppliers are the ones that are going to feed you. Okay. 1 has 5 acres. The other 2, we don't know how many acres of farm they have. But you didn't also state the quantum of yield you can get from these people. Now, if it happens that in a particular year, that farmer who has 5 acres, he doesn't get the yield that he needs, how is your business going to be sustained? Because you are restricting yourselves to just 3 people, 2 suppliers, and 1 farmer. And you see, in business, you don't restrict yourselves to these things. It's an open market. People are selling yam. There are people there. If you go to Nkwanta, as you mentioned, there are so many people there. Up to Kwame Danzu and Co. People are there doing yam farms. Why would you restrict yourself to a farmer who has 5 acres and 2 suppliers? So that when they are not able to supply you, what happens to your business? Sustainability in business is very, very key. And that is what the bank or anybody giving you a grant will look at. If your business looks shaky and cannot be sustained, you will not get any funding. Even the businesses that are stable, they are not getting money, if you don't know. And then you kept saying organic, organic. Are you the one growing the cassava? How organic is that? Sorry, the yam. How organic is that? If you are not the farmer, do you know the chemicals they use? You don't know. So if you see, if you go to FDA and you just tell them this is organic, they will not even give you the certification because you don't know how the yam is grown. Yet you are talking about organic. Maybe the agri people will be able to explain to you what organic is. And then most of you are presenting your teams by just mentioning the positions they occupy. The only, I think, there were 2 ladies who actually mentioned that one is a researcher, one is a nutritionist. If you are putting a team together, I want to see the background of the team members. Whether somebody is a biochemist or he's a nutritionist or he's got something to do with food. And for that matter, he's able to handle food. If somebody is in charge of your finances, the person must have a financial background to be able to give you some of the advice that we are talking about. And it cuts across all of you, your presentations. I think we need to look at some of these things again because it's not ending here. You are going to compete with other people. And these things must be corrected here.
Thank you.
So I'm concerned about your target market. I didn't really get it.
Okay, thank you very much. With our target market, yes, we are having the working class people.
Where?
Working class people.
Where?
Okay.
Nigeria,
in Ghana, much more especially in Cape Coast, where we surveyed. We the 200 people that we spoken to, we have a number of them that are the working class people. And some are.
Tell me, out of the 200, maybe 90% or this percent.
Okay, so out of the 200, 20 of them are working class people. And then out of them to the 180 are students on
So
campus.
I just want to know what were their responses.
Okay.
Yes.
So like we stated earlier, and then the 200 people that we spoke to, they all show positive results. This implies that the future of the business is bright. That they will
How did they
patronize.
show positive results? You said they showed positive results. What kind of results?
Okay, others patronize, and then the others to.
You see, if you do a survey, let us know. Did you do products? So did you test the concept first
Yeah,
before
sure.
you did the usability testing? Because it seems you are focusing on usability. So you gave them samples to test. How many did you give out the samples?
Okay, we gave 3 samples out.
3.
Yes, sure.
So we cannot rely on 3 to make, any confidence.
Okay, and we are also operation, and we sold
You
some
are also-
out. We are in operation, so we sold some of our products out too.
To whom? To which people? That's
To
what-
students, and then to the working class person. Like
So far, how much sales have you made?
okay, 100 units per month, which translates to 1,500 cedis
So how many months have you been operating?
in a year now.
A year.
Yes,
I'm concerned because you see, when you are in school like this, it's so nice to do some of these things. We used to do some, but you see, when school is over and you have to face reality, all right, then you would realize that in fact this may not be feasible. But I commend you for at least the innovation in terms of the packaging, and please, and remember what Sir told you. You see, what is the added value? Always there should be that communication, that this is what you are offering, to address this particular problem that maybe your target market expressed during your research. I have been wondering whether you should rather not be looking at the restaurants and hotels around that usually would, what's the one on the market, the imported one? Chips. They would normally offer chips on their menu, right? It seems now even our younger ones are beginning to love our puna. Once that I was at a place with some little kids, and I thought they would ask for the foreign one. They said, well, we want the local yam. I said, are you sure? I said, yes, I want our local yam. I said, and it was during the dry season. I said, that would be too hard. I said, no, I prefer that. You see, so there seems to be the potential, but you have to really do your homework, specify your target market, and communicate clearly to us the potential that you have. And then maybe the rest may be added onto you by the coaches in terms of your model, etc.
Thank you very much.
Nice innovation. I think this will go a long way to save Ghana. We always have food in the market, and then after a duration they get wasted. So this is going to help. The only thing I want to ask, because I'm not too sure, it looks like your poly is different. Does it have any special thing that protects the yam? Because we're also trying to scrap poly out of the system. So if there's anything special about it, let us know. If there's nothing special, I think you should reconsider the packaging so that you can do export. Thank you.
Please, the packaging, we would want to special in that's this particular package that on the market, vacuum seal it. How about with this one, you can vacuum seal it.
I am not talking about how to seal and how not to seal. Though. I'm talking about this poly and how it's going to positively affect the food or negatively affect the food. And so if, when you shop outside the country, they are poly with time gets, deteriorated on its own without you burning it or anything. I think even Melcom police and all that. So if there is anything like that, that will not, if it doesn't have anything like that, it means with time, we are going to experience what we are experiencing with the pure water harvest. So if there's something like that, let us know. It would be will be to your advantage. Yes. If there is nothing like that, then you have to work around it. Thank you.
Okay, to the participants, any person has a question for them? All right, so let's give them a round of applause. Okay, just one. Just one. Just one.
All right. I know you've been in operation. You said you've been in operation for a year. So, quick question: how long does it take for the package to expire?
All right. With the one we used in operation, it was more than 6 months. We intentionally placed one to check it up and see, and then nothing happened to it. So you place it in the freezer. So for 6 months, it wouldn't decolor. There is not going to be any change in color.
Are you okay? All right. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. 3 frames. So still reminding you that we've still got 3 minutes to do the presentations. And when the 3 minutes is up, the slides will go off automatically. Also, please get the microphone closer to your mouth. But in the meantime, let's acknowledge Campus Broadcasting Services, ATLFM, and TVUCC, our media partners. They are making sure we go live on Facebook. So if you are here and you've not subscribed to their YouTube channel and Facebook handle, please make sure you do that in the next few minutes. All right, so we are going to the next team, and if they are ready, and we are also ready for them. Right, are we ready for the next team? HG has already been here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Popsy Cream and Crunch. Please put your hands together for them as they come to mount the stage. Oh, do it better for them, please. Oh, they are not here yet. Clap for them. Okay, so I think you are ready for the team. The judges are also ready, so please let's go.
Imagine in a world where kids crave healthy snacks as much as they do imagine in a world where kids crave healthy snacks as much as they do for their sugary snacks. Imagine in a world where parents no longer struggle to strike a balance between healthy and tasty. Journey with us as we take you through one sensitive issue when it comes to parenting. Good morning, my name is Pelsi Chobebani, a co-founder of Popsy Cream and Crunch. Most parents find it difficult to get healthy snacks for their kids. More so, kids are very picky when it comes to food. Thus, it behoves on the parents to decide whether to satisfy the cravings of the kid or to prioritize their well-being. A research by world-renowned dietitian and nutritionist Julie Mancuso has said that about 85% of snacks on the market are not healthy. This is because they contain additives, sugars, and sugars and preservatives, which when taken in by the kids lead to side effects such as increased blood pressure, low emotional quotient, and dietary diseases, among others. This is where we come in. At Popsy Cream and Crunch, we provide a healthy variety of snack options for kids for different occasions, and this come in the forms of Popsy Cream and then Popsy Crunch. Our Popsy Cream and Crunch have bases of fruits, vegetables, and nuts, and our packaging materials are eco-friendly. Our business supports the SDG 3, which talks about good health and well-being. We believe that our business is profitable because we are operating in the snack market, which has a total attainable market of 27.68 million USD, and also has a Okay, so we believe that with our Popsy Cream already in the market, and we've distributed about 28 pieces, and that has returned us about 93% product market fit score. Our Popsy Crunch is under product market development, and we hope to get it on the market by August 2023. We have engaged with some suppliers who are willing to subsidize the prices of our raw materials, and these are the suppliers that we have. We are also in talking with a nutritionist who is helping us to advise us on the components of our products. And so we ask for the amount of 9,940 Ghana cedis, and 63% of it will be used to purchase equipment, and then a little over 2,000 will be used for our operating expenses. With legal issues, we are going to use 740 Ghana cedis, and the rest will be used as working capital. We believe that our business will be profitable, and then we'll be able, with our ask, we'll be able to produce about 400 units of our products. This is because we have a formidable team made up of myself, the team and finance lead, Michael Boache, the operations lead, and Jamila Kanto, who is indisposed at the moment, being our sales and marketing lead. Thank you.
Right. So you said you're solving a problem that is with what is on the market. There's sugar in it, there are preservatives and all that. What do you have in yours?
Okay, so we have various combinations here. What makes it sweet is the dates we've added to it. So we have tiger nuts, we have mango, and then we have dates. And then there's another one that has beetroot, dates, and then mangoes. So we don't have sugars in there.
Okay. And how long will it last on the
Please, we are yet to
on the shelf?
We are yet to test that. It's under development, so we are yet to test it.
Okay. Now you said you distributed 28 pieces.
Yes, please, we did.
To children or students?
To children.
And what was the response?
So out of the 28, 26 gave a positive response, and then 2 did not. But the 2, we don't know whether to describe it as their personal preferences, because I recall one of the kids, immediately he tasted it, he was like, oh, it's made from mango, so he didn't like. So maybe it's a personal preference.
And your what you're asking for, you said you'll be doing 400 pieces of the product. Over what period of time?
Over 1 month.
1 month?
Yes.
And that will give you how much? Times 2, which is 800 cedis in a month. This is no business. No, I mean, it's, you have a very good concept. Yeah, you can improve it. And I think what the money you are asking for, you should put it into research. Maybe do a proper feasibility and know what you can come up with. Because anything for children, especially sweet, they will buy it. But we already have a lot on the market. So if you are coming, then you should do a lot of research and know what you are going to produce. What you are going to produce, if you say 400, I should give you money to produce 400, and times 2 in a month is 800. I will say sit home and I'll give you 800 cedis. There's no need doing any business that will give you 800 cedis in this modern Ghana. If you are an entrepreneur and your business is giving you 800 cedis a month, times 12 is how much? 9,600. How much salary are you going to take, you and your partner? So you say that you don't pay yourself, as a lot of people do. They don't, but they still manage from the business. So all too soon, your capital is wiped off. Do you get the point I'm making?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So look at the volumes. These things, they go with volume. It's 2 cedis. Look at your TPD, your production capacity, total production per day. Then you ask yourself, how much can I do in a week? How much can I do in a month? How much can I do in a year? And this will have to meet all your costs. All those things you people have been writing, selling price, this, and you get a margin. You go into reality and you see that you will get nowhere near the margins that you are talking about. We all have done proposals, and then we do it very nicely, and then when it comes to the reality, you will not even get 5% of what you are proposing. So I am talking to you as somebody in industry. Look at your figures. Take this 10,000 or whatever and do a proper research. Don't say I'm going to use some for labor and this and machine and all those things. And when you come out with a proper document, I'm sure this business will go far.
Yes, please. Thank you. I think my question is directed at Ms. Eunice. I've been wondering so far, did you ask them to give those details in terms of the financials? Yes. And were they aware of what is at stake in terms of the pitch price? Then please save yourself. So if you were aware that you are pitching for 10,000 Ghana cedis, how come you give all those, details? It's good to give the details, but then you have to let us know that you are going in for that figure.
If it's something that maybe was discussed among maybe some of the students or it was discussed among most of the businesses you are mentioning, just doesn't do anything at all. So I don't know why you
Yes, since at least we'll be selecting 5 to represent us, we want to do things right. So what do you expect? That they will give you the details as they have done so far, and then specify that for the 10,000 cedis, or even if it's 1,000 Ghana cedis, this is what they'll be using the money for, maybe for registration and all that. That's the approach. So please, I hope we have all heard. Those who will be selected eventually. We need to address that issue. Thank you. So the message is that know the price at stake, and then whatever you are asked to do in terms of your financials, let us know what you are going to use the price for. Because you see, in your case, you said you need how much to really
9,940 Ghana cedis.
Oh, really?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Go back to your slide, the financials. I saw money for equipment and all that. 6,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh. No.
I see, and I hope it's realistic.
It was 9,940 Ghana cedis.
Then it means that you really don't want to operate commercial, as Mr. Perry said, just producing, small quantities. But remember, we are thinking of ideas that eventually we can commercialize. You see, not just for us to listen to you. So please take that advice seriously, and then make realistic projections, and just come down to what you would use, what is at stake for. I hope it's clear.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Well done. I think I like the idea, but my little concern is still about the packaging. Are we going to see what you showed on the screen, or we'll see this?
Okay. So these are samples that we have here. So they are undergoing product development. So as and when they are ready, we hope to have the packages that we've projected here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Pearl and your team. Yeah. Oh, why? Don't do that to me. Okay, so I think you talked about some of these things. Then, so your profitability pathway, right? It's something that you still need to consider. It's good that you are at the product development stage. So it means that most of the money could move into the research component, right? As Mr. Perry talked about. And again, you also have to come out how innovative it is. Yes, your target persona was okay, right? But the innovativeness, as we talked about, is something that you need to look at. Again, it would be good to bring on board a nutritionist already, right? Okay, so your labor, not just that persona, but the team composition. I like how you already started talking about your backgrounds. It helps with, let me finish, please. It's a feedback. Maybe you have something already within. You will get there. So I think it's something that you need to put in. What is it that you have and what is it that you don't, that you need to add to? Okay, not just the team, but also even the product itself. Again, the sustainability pathways in terms of what you need to use to get your end product. It's something you need to also look at it. Okay, so go beyond what you are in. I'm going to make, I don't know whether it's a sarcastic statement or something, but please, Team UCC, Team UCC, you are so modest. Too modest. It's like you are letting the Legonite in me come out today. And I've been telling you, don't be modest because you are here, but let me say it. If we sit under some of these Legon Tech UDS people, Charlie, you have more than they do have. But how you package it in terms of your presentation and then your content is what brings out the challenge. And you see that a few of you that pick it up, when you go there and they cannot stand you, Anameboa, prove to us that you indeed the #1 in Ghana and West Africa, and not the most beautiful university in Africa. See, part of me is from there, but I'm here now. Okay, so I think you hit it and be business-like. Okay, you can and you have it. Because if I look at most of the ideas, just the ideation part, it has a lot of potential. But I can't hear no on. So please look at that part. And I think we are good to go. So don't say you have a short time to move into. Whoever you are selected, please add this in and you are good to go. Okay, I think you have ideas, very great ideas. But then packaging it is something that we need to put in. And please check the numbers also.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for them. So we are moving on to the next team, but in the meantime, let me remind you again that we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at TVUCC. Do well to follow the channel there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting heated here. And I guess all the teams are equally prepared. But we're going to go to the next team, and that will be Prince Charles Computer School. Please put your hands together for them. Oh, do it better for them.
Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Charles from Prince Charles Computer School, a not-for-profit organization that seeks to use innovation for ICT education in resource-constrained areas. So I want to ask a simple question. How many of us don't know how terrible ICT education is in deprived areas? And how many of us also don't know how these technological skills have become a very key resource in our educational system, from basic education to tertiary education, and even in our professional lives. When you go to resource constrained areas, I mean deprived areas, there's a terrible ICT skills over there, especially among the school children. So what we want to do is to bridge the technological gap between school children in resource constrained areas, which is the rural areas, and those in urban areas. So our solution is to establish ICT training centers and organization of digital training programs in deprived areas. Our financial summary: startup costs involve facility setup, infrastructure development, training materials, utility bills, internet service, electricity, and hardware funding sources. So our traction: we went to 3 schools in rural areas and 3 schools in urban areas and assessed their knowledge in technology. The findings that we had was straightly in line with our problem statement. So we asked for 50,000 Ghana cedis, 50% for computers, 5% for internet services, 10% for learning materials, 10% for utilities, 10% for electricity, 5% transportation, 10% for learning environment, and a total of 100%. So these are our team members: Charles Wedu for the team lead, a biomedical science student, Abigail Nyakwasi Edu, the data analyst, Medilab student, and Prince Edu, the project director, engineering physics student. Thank you.
Right. So this is a non-profit making organization, is that not? And you are concentrating on resource constrained areas, and you are mentioning digital and internet and all that. I don't know how you're gonna do that. Can you explain to us how if you go to the rural area, there's no internet connection, how are you going to do your digital training and all the internet things you're talking about?
So that's the main challenge that I think we will face. But for the beginning, we will start at places that we will have internet connection and electricity. So we will go deep villages that we wouldn't have.
So you see, your target group is misplaced right away. That you don't. You see, when you are setting up a business, you don't restrict yourself. It's business. If you think that you want to give internet, you want to give ICT training to people in the rural area, maybe you take the internet aspect from it. You take it out. You take all the things that will worry you when it comes to it. You take it out. And then you can probably go with what do you call it, a generator, genset or something. If you told me that, oh, we'll go to the rural areas, there's no light, but we'll buy a genset and try and fix the thing and teach them from maybe a drive or something, that's fine. But if you start mentioning digital training and internet training and things, and you are going to a place where there's no even light, there's no connectivity, even your mobile phone, you might not even get connectivity there. So change the people that you are targeting. That's the first thing that I would say. And then you ask for 50,000. So far, you are the only one that has asked for something meaningful. And you are saying that 50% of 50,000 is 25,000. I don't know how many computers you are going to buy. Yes. How many computers are you going to buy?
In the beginning, we buy about 5 to 10 computers.
5 to 10?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, you can easily get second-hand computers at cheaper prices to buy, so it makes sense. And then the rest of the people that you are going to travel with to the villages and all that. I didn't see what your so learning environment 10%. Nobody is going to get, or they are all volunteers. They won't get any money.
No, please.
And then where would they be sleeping?
That will fall part in the transportation aspect.
Okay, so it means you go there one day and come back, or what?
Not really.
This is a business model. So if we have to understand the model that you are using. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So if what you are asking for, and like I said to you, the people who are going to grant you monies and all that, they will look at the viability of what you say you are going to do. You want to train people. Okay, if I give him 50,000, will he be able to do all that? If he is traveling to the place, how much will it cost? If he goes to sleep in a hotel, maybe a village hotel, even if it's 20 cities, how much is it going to cost 2 people? All this costing must be properly done. Then you come up so that anybody asking you a question, you know where you are coming from and you have the answers already. Because you are going to compete with other people. So you go there and all these questions that we are asking here, you find them, maybe here you know some of the people, so your faces are familiar, but you go to a panel, meet a panel that is coming from probably different places, and they will ask you all sort of questions. You must be ready. If you do a pitch, you must be ready to answer the questions without even looking at the slide. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, please.
So I think you have to reorganize your thing and then know exactly how many times you go to that village, if you are going to stay there for 1 month, what the cost is and all those things, and put it together. You could ask for more money. If it's only 10,000 they are giving you, maybe the first 10,000, this is what you use it for. And then subsequently when you get another money, or you look for money elsewhere, if the thing says 10,000, tell us what you use that 10,000 for, and then how you will find the rest of the money. That's it.
All right, thank you.
Great idea, but I think it's a social enterprise, right?
Yes, please.
And so with social enterprises, when donors are investing in it, they always look at the impact, and you can't achieve any impact within a very short duration. And so you need to really convince us how you are going to, get something out of it. Because, we can't just invest money and then you go to a location for a month, then you leave, you go to another location for a month. By the time you return to where you went earlier, the children have forgotten almost everything you taught them. And so there's nothing to measure, out of the money that was invested in you. So convince us. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So, concerning, please, can you come again? Sorry.
So, I said, looking at the presentation, it's like your business is a social enterprise, not for profit, right?
Yes, please.
It means that when we give you the money, and I am our grant now, we need to measure it by the impact. Say, say me friend na. A question na me setting na maybe sana so automate HMS and na me who say whatever you have impacted has made something positive. Be results from it. But looking at the way you want to go about the thing, it means that you'll be moving from location to location, and it takes a longer duration to measure impact. It means, to say Ube school, you are studying the course for 4 years, right? It means that research, with their research, educational research shows that within 4 years, whatever you've been taught can be impactful. So we can measure that. But with what you are doing and what you are saying you want to do, how are we going to measure the impact?
Okay, thank you. So our plan is we are not going to just teach them and leave them. No, we will engage them. And how do we engage them? So it will be like a club. So our plan is to get an infrastructure in wherever we go. Maybe if we go to Tvucc or Amamoma, we have to get an infrastructure at Amamoma so that we will engage them and we put computers over there. So it will be like something like a lab. You get it? Yes. So when we have the lab, when we want to maybe it depends on what we want to do. If we want to go into robotics, then we will engage them. Then also we would also like them to engage in this STEM and STEAM competition. So I think when they engage in this STEM and STEAM competition, it will encourage other children or other students to really take whatever they are being serious. So I think it can be measured from that angle.
are you going to station your people over there? Are you going to station them? They will be there and then be doing whatever you are asking, because you know what? Sometimes from my organization, it takes us more than 6 years to get an impact on a simple training. And so if you are telling me you want to even divert towards STEM, that is more practical, and you are not going to station yourself at that location for a long duration, I doubt. What I would ask you to do, I'm just, I'm not expecting to answer this question, but I think you should be able to tell us a location that you want to start your whole thing with, and then stay at that location till you get impact before you move to another location. But if you want to do it the mobile type, I doubt. And no donor will be ready to be funding such projects. Because
thank you, but that's our plan for the initial stage. So at the beginning, we'll base at Tvucc or Amamama. Then with time, we'll migrate to other locations. Tvucc is in the university community. Is it a resource constrained area? Yes, in a way, it's a resource constrained area. It is not. It is not. There's electricity here, there's connectivity here. When it comes to ICT, Tvucc is right behind the university. People live there. University students live there. They do their assignments on the internet and everything. And is it a deprived community? Please, I think it has to do with the student. It has to do with the students at Tvucc. It's not a matter of like teaching them per se, but we want to make them know the importance of ICT or the importance of IT. That is very good. But when you mentioned, you said you are going to resource constrained areas. You see, it's what you tell us. Yeah? It is what you tell us. That will make us ask you questions. So if you said you were going to embark on ICT training, maybe something to help the students do their assignments and things like that, we're going to have a cafe or something. Maybe there's no cafe on the campus. We're going to set up a cafe to enhance teaching and learning and all those things. That's a different matter. But when you tell us that you are going to a resource constrained area, then we have to, then you mention rural areas and all that. Tvucc is not a rural area. So please go look. When it comes to, I was the first person that brought computer studies to this town. IBB is still over 20-something years. So we know what you are talking about. Tvucc, if you go and tell them that it's a rural area or it's a resource constraint, if you don't take care, they will sack all the students from there.
So please take that comment very seriously.
Okay.
And
thank you, sir.
I also wrote that. You said 3 schools in urban and rural areas. But then eventually you are mentioning Tvucc. So it means that you are not even sure of what you want to do and what you are about. So sit down and think through properly. From your presentation of your team members, I realize that you are all medical students. Isn't it?
No, please.
That's the message I got.
Engineering physics students.
Engineering physics. And then the other one?
Biomedical science.
And then? So who has
medical
expertise?
Lab.
Yes, so who has expertise in what you want to do?
We all have some soft skills in ICT, so yeah.
You see, you cannot just start something with some, unless maybe you have taken, a certificate course, a good one, and you can tell us that you have extensive knowledge in what you want to do. Then I, for example, would not be convinced in terms of the team. All right. So think about that. But assuming you get a good team, maybe an alternative model would be, especially for the deprived areas, is to try and then collaborate with some of the schools over there, so that you don't unnecessarily incur high costs, because this is a social enterprise and you should not be, making huge, expenses at the end of the day. As much as possible, you should break even, meaning whatever money you get, you should be able to cover your cost of operation. Saying it's a social enterprise does not mean you can just spend money anyhow. You are expected to be sustainable, meaning staying in business into the future to continue to make impact. And so think about all of these, and hopefully one day we'll hear from you.
Thank you, madam. Just to make a contribution to what you've done, what you need to do is to repackage the thing. Go to MTN or Vodafone. Sit with them, yeah, and they can easily help you do this. I know why I'm saying this, because they have the mast all over the country, and it will be easy to connect to internet. They have dedicated networks and all that, and this is not for profit. So they will be prepared to do something for communities. If you, reposition yourself and repackage what you have done properly, the key people to go to is MTN or Vodafone, and you'll be able to go through it.
I also want to add something to it. You see, now all concentration is shifting towards people with disability. Just an addition. And so if we are doing anything that has to do with social something and you want more investment into it, I think you should start thinking of bringing some of those people on board. They are, they are mobile. They cannot move. So if you want to put them in category, and you just said disadvantaged children, at a point in time, they will leave that zone. So what happened to those that will not be able to move from that zone? I don't know if you understand what I mean. We have some of our ministers and presidents coming from very rural areas, so they've moved from that zone. What of those with disability who couldn't, trespass their way into the city to make it? And so I think you should consider that side and then push it into your,
Thank you, madam.
Proposal. Thank you.
To the participants, any question? Any question? All right, so let's give it up for them. Let's give it up for the team. We are doing well. We are doing well. We have a few more teams to go. We'll cover them, and we'll take a breather. But in the meantime, let's still say thank you to TVUCC for the live coverage here, and to DHub staff. They are doing amazing, helping us all out here. Okay, so we're going to the next team, and that is SAPS Solution. If they are here, please give them a round of applause as they mount the stage. We'll do it better for them, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jokibe Williams Sparrow, a co-founder of SAP Solution, and I'm here to pitch to you about our business called the SAP Solution. And I'm here with Bright, the project manager, and Abel, a team member. So according to a report by the African Education Watch 2021, 110,000 students graduate from the various universities across Ghana, and about 85% of these students go through hectic periods during their research and project work, which is very disturbing. Students are to submit their work within limited time frames, and sometimes due to the workload on lecturers, feedback may delay. Let's take the case of a final year student of the University of Cape Coast. She wants to conduct a representative research work, and she wants to finish before the deadline. Unfortunately, she can't because of the current research processes on UCC campus. This is very disheartening, but our sustainable development goal is to improve quality education. So our solution to this problem is the development of the project and the research app. That is the ProRes app. It is an online processor for project and research work, but not only project and research work, but it has certain unique features that makes it stand out from other people. It has a section for students and supervisors details. It has a section where students can upload their work for corrections. It also has student and researchers can upload their articles. It has a virtual talk, a play checker, a working space, and a reminder that notifies students and supervisors about their working time and their deadlines. This is time and cost efficient. It improves quality research and expedites research processes. We plan to target 2 million students across Africa and 110,000 students in Ghana. And market share is 6,000 students in general. We plan to charge 15 Ghana cedis monthly subscription and also give 3 free trial permits on our app before payment. Our cost price is 28,000 Ghana cedis. So our business hasn't been in inception for long, but we have 65 followers on LinkedIn and 500 plus connections. To make this possible, we humbly need your support. We request an amount of 28,000 Ghana cedis, from which 17.9% goes to logistics, 64% goes to app development, and 17.9% goes to marketing. Thank you very much. Okay, please. So we have a demo to play. So this is actually how the app will look like. And it's under development now. Thank you very much.
Great work, eh? Great presentation, eh? Our first 2 questions. Don't see it as a bomb, boo, I beg you. Have you checked on data management and intellectual property issues in terms of what you want to bring as a solution to that you want to answer? Yeah, that's the first thing. Okay, go ahead and answer first, then we'll pick it from there.
No, please, we haven't checked.
Then we are in it. You see what is happening now in the app spaces. It's something that you need to quickly check in, right? And also see if anybody is doing that already. Okay, because patent wars can take you 100 years and can really derail your, So that's the first 2 things to look at. Again, you also have to look at issues of property rights, right, vis-a-vis the institutional framework. So if you want to work it with UCC, I had presumed that you would have talked to management or whoever to check those parts, because it's not going to be accepted or not accepted. You get it? These are some pathways that as soon as you finish presenting, it came into my mind first before any other question. You get it? So something to, and if it's so much innovative that nobody had, then quickly worked on your intellectual properties, right? So that's the first thing to look at. The second pathway is, are you sure somebody like Prof and I will buy into it? Yeah, so tell us, convince us. Okay. I think Prof was more direct than me. I was trying to be modest a bit. Yeah, so tell us, what is it about and why we should buy into it? Okay.
Okay, so we are into the development of the project and research app. And we are final year students. We are victims. Most of the times when we go to our lecturers, some of them will be around. Some of on this app, we have section for reminder, where it reminds students and supervisors about their meeting times. So that means you don't have to necessarily go there
Hello, Mom. That's not the only thing that the app does. Well, I spoke with my lecturer about it. You see, he's a very busy type, so we don't normally meet him. So with that, I'm on. Okay, the app has a platform that students and the lecturers can communicate without me going to see my lecturer one.
So it's a communication app. That's
yes.
all. That it would remind me that I have an appointment with Doc.
Yes, and it also has a section that we can meet. That's the virtual talk. So I can meet with you without even coming to your office.
So it's not even about it doing maybe what Doc was thinking of in terms of intellectual property and all
different
that.
features.
So tell us, what are you offering? If you are not able to tell us what you are offering.
Okay, so it has a plagiarism checker, and it also has a virtual talk, a reminder that notifies students and supervisors about their meeting times, and it also has a section where students can upload their work for correction, and also researchers can upload their work for their articles, so that other students and other researchers can also get access to it.
Okay, thank you very much. So did you talk to anyone on campus about this?
Yes, please. We spoke to.
Yes, mention them.
We spoke to about 400 students on campus.
And
it was an interview
did you talk
that
to any faculty member?
No, please, not yet.
Wow. Because have you heard of Turnitin software that at least who are the master students around? It does almost all the things that you have mentioned for free, for at least for our master students. So we are targeting undergraduate students.
No, please.
Drake is here.
Please, we said not only final year students, but masters and PhD students.
So my
too.
point is that the university already has subscribed to Turnitin software, and it does all the things that, apart from maybe the prompting, does all the things that you have mentioned. Checking for plagiarism. So nowadays, if you bring me your work, I'll make sure that I upload it and check to make sure that you are not bringing it from, it's not a work that you have copied, before I even start reading something that I should not be reading.
Okay, please,
So,
it has
yes.
a working space. So assuming we are not around, we are from different places.
Yes.
So we can all, the group members can all work at the same time. So it has a working space too.
Like
after that,
Google Drive. Tomorrow I have a meeting with a colleague. We'll be meeting there to work. Sometimes he works, I work. I see that he's making changes, I'm making changes. So please tell us what is unique about your idea.
You see, there are two things that probably you are not listening to the questions or our concerns. Okay? Listening to the question. This phone and all your phones, you have a lot of apps there. All of them are addressing specific issues, providing specific services. Good. If you want to add extra app to this, it means that whatever it is that you are adding, it's a need for you. True or false? Good. Now you had a target or your persona. Okay. Your persona in this context is a dual persona. Students and lecturers. Right? Good. You've been able to reach out to the students. 400. Good. But then when it comes to the very people who are the problem, let's put it from your perspective. You've not convinced them to be able to say, we want to be on board. Right? We have the models, we have the Turnitin, we have all those things. So when you are developing a solution, you look at where that solution could really make the optimum, and then you can get your return on investment on it. As it stands now, you have to go back to the drawing line. That's, I think, what Prof is trying to say. You understand me? And then probably you would have looked at this within even your traction. Right? It's a cool thing. Right? But then as it stands now, the very people you want to use it to solve are not even convinced that alone they will use. Again, this also has institutional implications aside the earlier concerns. Okay, so through the DHub and Drake, I'm glad Director of Drake is here, our chairperson. You see, you would have seen them already. Check through and see where the gaps are and how you could even place it in. Right? As it stands now, you've not done that. You see that thing? And so, you get all the 60,000 UCC students subscribing to it, and then it's still not solving the problem. You see how we're talking about? We have our WhatsApp platform for specific class of students that we are supervising and all those things. So these add-ons should bring out that uniqueness, which is not there as it stands now. Okay, so please get back to the drawing board, talk to the people that matter, okay, and then add value to it. Right? I would love to use, Bob would love to use, once we know that this is going to reduce the time pathways for us. Okay, UCC would accept it, right? Knowing that it's also going to speed up your graduation process and administrative process and become continuously number one, not only in Ghana, but probably in Africa and the world. You understand? Through this thing, model and all those things, LMS, they came from some place, and then some other institutions will pick it up. You understand? So check it from that perspective. As it stands now, it's a mismatch. My term for today, right? So that's something you need to look at. Okay, and then you'll be able to also look at the figures in that. I think, or I presume you are still in the product development stage.
Yes,
so
please.
you still have the potential to move in. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so just to add to that, I saw some 28,000 and I was wondering what it was. 28,000, whether it was how much the user is going to pay or how much were users supposed to pay?
15 cities.
15 cities.
Monthly.
Okay. But I saw some 28, maybe later on you look. Okay, the total. All right. That's what you were asking for?
Yes, please.
Total amount. All right. So what I see here, and it's not just your presentation, almost all the presentation, the market intelligence is weak. Almost all the presentation. Some of you do not even know your competitors. So if you had done proper market intelligence, you will know that there's a system there that the university is already using. So please, as part of the assignment to make good what you have done, all of you must go back and know who your competitors are before you start talking about market share and all that, because you've been talking about market share. Meanwhile, you haven't. Nobody has mentioned a competitor here.
I love your confidence, and that alone is plus 10. But I am not going to talk about what you have done. If what Prof said is that's all we need to know about what you've said. I just want to add something to it. There's a problem that I also identified when it comes to doing research work. Most students don't know where they are supposed to go at what time, especially when they are to conduct the researches and companies are involved, like they have to go to institutions or agencies. So I think if you can design a portion of the app that will be able to help the students to know where to go at what time to collect their data. It would rather help the students. I had someone come to our office and he was like, my supervisor said I should come for data from your office. And I said, no, with what you are doing, you have to go to Ghana Export Promotion. He said, no, they said I should come to GA. I said, no, GA, that's not part of our mandate. You understand? So I think if you can do that research for the students so that they know, like, you can gather people's work and then see where they collected their data, the institutions, and then you can match. If you are doing a research work on, let's say, if you want to find out something about entrepreneurship, we have all the agencies that have something to do with entrepreneurship trainings and all that, and then where to go. I think it would help. So see how you can factor it in. Thank you.
Yes, so I want to commend you once again. I think so far that's the best pitching that I've heard and take all the suggestions into consideration, address them. Maybe within the next 1 week, if you can do that, why not? Please do that. And then add, this cost item to your table. Research. So feasibility study. That is what we've been trying to communicate to you. Go out there and talk to the relevant people and get some credible, facts and figures to support your claim.
Thank you very much. We wouldn't take any question for the participants, so let's go straight ahead. Thank you. Thank you, team. We'll go on to the next team. We are far behind time a bit, so after your 3 minutes, the judges will have exactly about 5 to 7 minutes to do that, so we can be out of here. Our time is fast spent. We're going on and we're going to the next team, Soil Lab. Please put your hands together for them. Or do it better for them. Give them the morale.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Millicent Adjoa Dixon, a founder of Soil Lab. And here is Caleb Kwame, a co-founder of Soil Lab. Soil Lab is an organization which is into merging of technology with agriculture. And then we are very much interested in our farmers' problem. That is how they find it difficult estimating the quantity of nutrients in their soil. In that, which will cost them a lot of money involved. That is, farmers will use fertilizer on their soil without checking for the already existing quantity of nutrients in the soil, and that will waste the applied fertilizer on their soil, and also decreasing their crop yield. We at Soil Lab, we are developing a system, a device that will help farmers detect the soil nutrients and that increase their yield. And our solution is going to be a one-time purchase model. That is, we are going to provide a service for maintenance and then parts checking to improve the effectiveness of our device. We believe that we can contribute to the revenue of our country in that Ghana spends 4.7 million on fertilizer, and Africa spends 10 billion on fertilizer. We are focused on Cape Coast, which is we spend 100 on fertilizer in Cape Coast, and our selling price of our device is 1,000 Ghana cedis, and our margin is 25%. The cost of making one device is 800 cedis. And we are contributing to the SDGs, which are no hunger, no poverty, and decent work and economic growth. During our research, we spoke to 30 farmers, and with the 30 farmers, 90 of them showed interest in our device. And then with the 90 of them, we established a collaboration with Dr. Kojo Anochidompre, who is into programming, electronics, and aquaponics. And then Dr. Kingsley Tay, who is a crop scientist. We are asking for an amount of 10,000, in that 60% of it will go into the component purchasing, 10% will go into marketing, 20% into human resources, and 10% will go into the business registration. So I'm Lisa Dixon, and I'm an engineering physics student. And then Caleb is also an engineering physics student, but he also does agriculture. Thank you.
I think I like the business, but again, you're talking about a device to check the soil. And you're asking for 10,000, 6,000 for the device, or what? How many devices are you? What?
We are building 10 devices.
Yeah.
For startup. So we'll educate the farmers on how to use the devices. Okay. So it's going to be injected into the soil, and then it will give the reading of the quantity of nitrogen potassium and phosphorus in the soil. And then it will also suggest to the farmer the right proportion of fertilizer to add to the soil so that he or she doesn't waste the fertilizer. And then it will also decrease cost of fertilizer.
Okay, so and I heard you mention names of people who will be doing the device for you. Is that
Some
not?
people who will be doing the device, like they are collaborating with us. We are the ones going to do the device ourselves. But then we spoke to crop scientists because we have physics background, so we have to know more about what we are doing. This,
Okay.
the soil and then the components of the soil and everything.
Okay. So the 10,000 for marketing is for what? 10% for marketing is for what?
So how we are going
You are going to test the product. It's a new product you are going to do.
Yes, it's an
So you are not going to market it. You are only going to test it. Is that
We're
not
not
it?
testing it. We are like manufacturing it so that farmers will use in their farmland.
Yeah, but it's only 10 pieces.
Yes.
You are manufacturing that for, for commercial purpose, or you are going to you give it to them to test the product.
For commercial purpose.
And you are only doing 10 pieces.
For now.
And how much are you going to sell it?
10,000 Ghana cedis.
So it's 10,000. For how long? 1 year?
So our model is for one purchase revenue. That means they are buying it and then they'll bring it back for servicing for the parts maintenance and everything.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I first understood that probably this is a new thing. So maybe you are at the research stage. So you're not, have you produced the device already?
Nope.
So this is the first time. Yes. How are you going to sell it commercially? You need to test the device and get a feedback before you go into commercial production. So these monies you are asking for probably is for prototyping. Then when you get results and it's good, before you go into commercial production. But don't think about going into commercial production with 10 pieces, 6,000 the whole year, and then you sit down. This is no business.
Thank you.
Smile, smile, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. He's Professor Kingsley Tar. You see that your collaborator, you don't remember the name well. I'll tell him. That's just by the way. I just wanted you to relax in there. Do you know that some people have done exactly what you intend to do?
In Ghana, no.
You don't know.
In Ghana, no.
Right.
But then in other countries, yes.
They don't know that there are similar ones in relation to what they presented. You were at KIC the last time. You see, like Uncle talked about, mostly when you want to work on some of these things, you need to do a bit of extra research to see what is there. Okay. There's a lot of these same devices that are looking at not just the nutrient aspect. Even Prof. Neste and his team are also working on some of these soil integrity and the rest. So there are add-ons that are moving on. So go back to your drawing line, check what is there. And you see, like I said, it's interesting that a lot of things are happening on UCC campus. So if most of you are not really aware, that means there's a very big communication gap that is going on. Okay, so I'm giving you an assignment. Go back to Prof. Ta, go to Prof. Neste and Co. And then check from them the various things they are working using similar approaches, right? And see the gap in, and then bring yours to be the solution to the gap. That is the one part. You are still at the product development stage. So you have opportunity to, move in through. Okay. It might be that yours will be more on not nitrogen, right? But it will be on some other things. Okay, and with your background also, I think aside the expert, I like the fact that you're already collaborating. But check among your peers also, right? Who can also help you. You just go to the tech, it says now technology center, no more tech village. You go in there, there's a lot of related studies that are going on there. Okay, so look at the gaps in there. It's a great step that you started. Okay, so check in that pathway. And then you can come up with a real innovation. But what you are presenting now and there, it won't fly because the other people who have done it already and are doing it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so there's a question from here. Take only two. And
thank you. My question is, we know most of the farmers going to use these gadgets are going to be our peasant farmers. And then these peasant farmers, most of them are illiterate. So how is your technology going to communicate to them? Is it through tests, pictures, or colors, or how? And then considering somebody working on 10 hectares of farm, how is it going to be easy for him to use your gadgets without necessarily moving around almost all the farm? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. With the first question, it's going to be by text. But then we are going to educate every single farmer on how to use the gadget. Because it's something that's new. And then you know how it's done. And then with the second question, we have a specific range to which the device can measure to. So we take 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, just like that.
okay, 1 centimeter. Don't worry, don't worry. Have patience. Anybody else has a question? I hope you're okay with the answer. I hope you're okay. All right. So if there are no more questions and nothing from our judges, please let's give it up for them.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to announce that that is our last team that presented. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to our judges and hear from them finally. The one we are done, we come to know who advances to represent University of Cape Coast. So please let's get up our judges one more time. They've sat through, and I think it's been an intense and rigorous one. Some of us wouldn't want to go through this experience, but it's important. So I'll start with Prof.
All right, thank you. So well done to all of you. In fact, congratulations to all of you. It's been a very great morning listening to young and brilliant minds, and especially knowing what is going on your minds. It's good to know as somebody who is into entrepreneurship and then the promotion of youth entrepreneurship. I'm glad to know what you are doing, but you would realize that we have a long way to go. I'm saying we because I'm part of it. We are the ones training you. It means we need to intensify the training, especially in terms of pitching, the presentation skills. Apart from the lady that I commended, what was the idea? I think the app. You see, I think the rest, unfortunately, did not pitch. Unfortunately, you did not pitch. So, if nothing at all, learn from her. She pitched. Okay, and prepare yourself for that. When you come here, ignore us, ignore everybody here, and do your thing. See, most of you were reading to the wall. You were just looking at it like that, and that is not pitching. And I remember Dr. Noah made a very important comment that if you are going to pitch, everything should be on your fingertips. Everything should be here. So that even if the slides go off as a result of power outage, then you can still present. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. The rest, we have to select 5, but I'm worried about how you're going to really contest and compete with his people, as he said. His people. He said his people. And you know it. But I know that you have so much in you. Just free your mind, free yourself, be confident, and just go out there and speak, especially those that we are going to select. Pitch and do the homework. We've given you a whole lot of suggestions. Please, if your name comes up, make sure within the few days that you have left, go and do the homework. If you have to do more research, feasibility, do that. Make us proud. Thank you.
You've all done well. Just like Prof said, the confidence level. You know, sometimes you can be in the market space and then selling an inferior product looks like, you know, you are selling something very great, depending on your confidence level. So you need to sell the thing. Say no and no. Like, you see how you make us feel. That's how much we will be able to either believe it or not. You see, some of the ideas have not been tested, but the way you presented it was not even convincing us to even want to let you test the idea. But in all things, I think we have all learned from each other, and building your confidence level will go a long way to help you. And so all the corrections that have been made, don't get offended. It's for your own good. Just apply it, and then I'm sure if you are not able to pass through this one, there are other opportunities that what you've learned here will help you be a better person over there. Thank you.
Right. I think I agree with my colleagues who have already spoken. But I'd like to point out a few things which I've already spoken about. And particularly when it comes to your business valuation model. What is making the businesses fail? And people don't, usually that's the question people ask. Why is it that Ghanaian businesses, even when you hear government has gone to launch a business, within a few months, the business is not working again? Because the valuation model of the business was not done properly. So most of the businesses, after they set up, they realize that they don't even have money to operate again. After they set up the business, you have very good ideas, you set it up all right. If you don't do your cost valuation properly, you will get the money from the bank or the grant or whatever. You start, and then you cannot even finish. And so there will be no business. But we are all talking about sustainable goals and all those things. We are talking about innovation, we are talking about sustainability, and we are talking about development. So if we open 1,000 businesses today, and it cannot be sustained, just because we didn't do our feasibility properly to understand the business, it will not last. Most of you have very good ideas, but I don't see the economic or commercial viability of what you are presenting to me. I am looking at it from a different angle altogether because I am in business. If you are presenting to me, I'm looking at two things. The technical feasibility of what you are presenting, whether it's doable or not. Then the economic viability of what you are presenting, whether it will be able to sustain itself, into the foreseeable future. These are the things that we need to take note of. And I'm sure that within the 1 week, you need to, come up with these things. If you need help with some of these financial, calculations, I'm sure there are a lot of people here on campus that can help you do that. So please see them. And just like when we're talking about things that are already existing and you didn't know about it, if you are bringing up a business and you don't even know that that business, a similar business exists, then it means that you haven't done your feasibility properly. So please, let's take note and correct all those things and get going. Thank you.
Okay, so just to add on to what everyone is saying, it's been a good pitch. You all have done well. I just want to say congratulations. And just as Prof also mentioned, and it's a learning curve for everyone, for both of you and for us too. Also, as what maybe next time, what we should focus on more, what we should focus on less, what we should add, what we should take out. And I'll just say that even if you're not chosen to be part of the 5, they've all given really, really good feedback that could help your business to even scale up to the next level. So all I'll say is that just apply everything that has been said here today, whether you're selected or not, because you all have really, really good ideas, very innovative. And there's something definitely, once you take the feedback that has been given here, you could really scale up and then really do something for yourself. And just as also Prof also mentioned, there are people here, especially with the whole business evaluation and financial model part, I'm sure there are so many people on campus that you could walk up to help you, especially for those, the 5 that is going to, because you're going to compete with other people. I've also seen dry run pitches from them, and they are also actually really good too. So you need to really step up if you really want to win or be part of the final 3 that will be selected on the final demo day. So just take all the feedback that's been given and just work on it, and then definitely make it.
I'm going to say it again. Please, you are the University of Competitive Choice. I wasn't seeing much of the competitive choice. Director is here. Director, we have a long way to go. I'm lucky that, or we are lucky that Prof is also here. I think that the idea is there, right? But you probably were not fully prepared for today. True or false? You probably were not fully prepared for today. I don't know, whether it was the account where the motto and procrastination or what. I believe that if indeed you spend 3 months or 6 months to prepare, and every weekend you just even use 2 hours, most of these things would have been addressed. True or false? So please, whenever you have such opportunities, take advantage of that. Secondly, the presentation skills. This is not one academic, neither is it also a normal theory thing. Okay, you people have the time to use IG. I go to IG and learn new skill sets over there. You have the YouTube and the rest. Watch them, study them, how they present. And also there's something that probably I didn't see much also. You have some of your seniors who have pitched and even have gone for national competitions within the incubator spaces. It's good to do what? Approach them and get some of these skill sets from them. Okay? The last thing that I want to say is that you have all done well, but there's more room for improvement. Thank you.
Let's give it up for our judges, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, please do it better for the judges. Now, as they are putting our scores together, I want you to take note of a few things. Please, first of all, I want you to go on social media and follow the D Hub. We're on Facebook. Take your phone. Let's do it practically. Take your phones. There's free Wi-Fi too. Eduroom, right? Yes, so go ahead. Go to Instagram and search for DHub_UCC. You go to Facebook, search the same. If you're on LinkedIn, it's Design Thinking and Innovation Hub, and you have us there as well. Twitter, we are active as well. We are yet to go on Thread. So if you are there, just wait for us. Yes, we are yet to go there. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you to Campus Broadcasting Services, TVUCC, and ATLFM. They made sure we went live. And big thank you to D-Hub and the team that is working on Bright on the projection side, to all the beautiful ladies that came in here to help. I'm sure the whole calculation is almost done. But in the meantime, I will let Dr. Bevel also have a say. I mean, he just went and came back, so we are grateful that he has come back. So I want him to say a few words. He was here, he witnessed a few of them. So Doc, please put your hand together for Doc as he gives us a few words. So Doc is just finishing something very brief, then we'll take it from there. But if you have not done what I just said, please do it. Go to social media and do that.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you, judges, for making sure we have people we can sponsor for innovative ideas. I am particularly thrilled about what I saw here. I'm not a judge. I'm not into innovation and entrepreneurship. But whatever I saw here, I saw a future in our next generation. Clap for yourselves. Because I saw Momoni, Kobe. I saw coconut husk. I saw jeans waist for bag. And I was telling my director that when we were studying outside, we struggled to get more money. We struggled. So if people have such innovative ideas and they are packaging it in powdered form, then even carrying it in the plane will not be a problem. There are so many people out there in Europe, America, Asia, and other countries in Africa who are Ghanaians and other Africans and want to love to use my money for their delicacies. There are so many restaurants out there in Europe, Ghanaian restaurants, Nigerian restaurants, that need these products. So I am so excited that I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Of course, the judges have made wonderful input. They are not to condemn you, but they are to shape in whatever you have so that the actual value can come out. I know from what I've seen, I have never wasted my time joining you. Thank you very much for whatever you presented. They are good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. I think we all have to order more money now. We won't be afraid. I can put it in my bag and do the things with it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are still putting the scores together. Like Prof said, we are all winners, but definitely there will be somebody ahead of us. So now let me just come around. I have learned a lot today, so I just take 2 to 3 comments from all of us, what we've learned so far. For me, I would also want to admonish that for those of us that we had issues with our social media, if you need experts on this, please, at the same D Hub, there are others who can assist you with the social media concerns, with the digital marketing services, as well as the packaging issue. Our brother here, hi. Muiz, please give us a wave. Yes, so the gentleman, I made him just wave, went for a packaging conference, and he has got a lot of ideas and a lot of contact as to brands that are having all sorts of packages for any of the products that we have. So if there was a comment left on your packaging and you want more information, you could reach out to him and he would assist you with some contacts and where they are located, and you get to have those packaging to yourself as well. So I'll come around. Those are the thing I learned today is you have to communicate well, and I think I will do better. But it's ready. Regardless, I'll still go round. I don't want to be a bad person. I'll go around with just 2 people. Anything you learned today, whether you're a participant or not, anything you learned today, yes, please share with us.
All right, so today I learned about the market viability. Do your research on who your market, the people you are marketing with, and how to be able to be sustained and how to be commercialized. In some fields, if you are not getting what you want, what is the other option?
I think somebody needs to buy you into their team right now. Thank you. Who else would share any experience with us today? Okay, there was a hand here. I like the ladies. They are talking today. Thank you. Women empowerment.
So I think I learned that you have to be confident and like sell your product, and also you have to know what is unique about what you are doing, because there are lots of people out there doing the same thing. So what makes you better and bold to sell what you do?
Thank you. Please give it up for them. Do we have any gentlemen to make sure that we have a balanced equation here? We don't want anybody to come and fight us. Okay, the gentleman wouldn't do that. So that's for the gentleman. Oh, there's a gentleman there. Okay. Please speak to us.
Okay, what I also learned is you have to know your material, because things can happen. So as we experienced today, some people, their slides were messed up because they didn't send it early. We had already arranged the items. So when they got messed up, they were looking into my face that like I did something. I didn't do it. But if you had known your material, you will just proceed and you will be fine.
Thank you so much. We are far behind time, so okay. So I'll take the last one from you.
Took home the availability of the resources available to you. So if you are into a business, you have to know your raw material. If it is all year round, you are good to go. But if you don't know, and then you think that because you saw water here and you are into water production, then the little water you saw here will stick down and then you can produce water all year round, you might be wrong. So that is what I took.
Please let's get up ourselves. We've all done well. It's been an intriguing one. I wish I was part myself, but I think I would have been crying by now. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to be the doomsman, to call some people's name and not call some people's name. So I'll mention my name again. My name is Mr. Smile. In case I don't mention your name, you see me somewhere, still wave me, say hi to me. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call on the fifth rep. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, yes, son, we are not changing anything. Pink sheet is 1. I'm the EC for today. So we'll call on Dr. Beville. Please put your hands together for Dr. Beville to come and do the presentation for the 5th position. Like I said, I have one. So, the 5th for today's competition. If you give me a moment, we are not changing anything. So let me take it again. It's important. It's not like if I mention you are the 5th person. No. So it's not in no particular order. It's just the first 5 that we chose. But to go first, we have preframes. Please put your hands together for them. Oh, do it better for them. Okay, so Bright, can you put preframes work on? Let's have preframes work on. They are the YAM team. But me up bumper, fine. Yes. So yes, they did this. That's their product, the YAM. Yeah. So I think we can do the presentation now. Give it up for them one more time. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Beville. Prof, if you would help us with the next team. Prof will help us with the next team. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, in no particular order, let's give it up. No, wait, let Prof settle before. Prof, you are settled. Okay, Prof is ready. So, let's give it up for Popsicle Cream and Crunch. Popsicle Cream and Crunch. So they gave us those nice ice creams. Congrats to you. I know you take all the feedback and work on it, so you can have nice ice creams. Please give it up for them one more time. Mr. Perry, can you please join me and do the next presentation? Okay. Please look at the person coming to present. Don't look at me. Okay, good. Mr. Peremesa is ready. Okay, so next, ladies and gentlemen, let me confirm well. It's the same thing. Coco Terrain, give them a round of applause. Oh, do it better for them. Yours is coming, so do it better. They all want to have a feel of it. For picture purposes too, they'll post it. And please, when you post it, make sure you tag D-Hub. Make sure you tag D-Hub. Use your business account to also follow D-Hub so that we can monitor your progress. If you don't do that, we'll come and take it from you. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Perry. Mensa. So I'll do Madame Henrietta Okanta to do the next one. Please give it up for her. Oh, put your hands together for her. Please, is that plug ready? Sorry. It's ready now. Okay. So, last but not the least, let's give it up for Secular Creations. Secular Creations. We make sure. Thank you. Please make sure you do belts so that some of us can also feature. If you can do that for us, we need it. I need one for some boys. The boys at the back. Please give it up for them one more time. Good. So the last one. Prof will do that for us. The final one. Thank you. Thank you, Doc. Prof will do that for us. Give it up for Prof. Oh, show some love. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, after all the wonderful presentations, the final one to be presented and join the first 5 to represent us at the final demo day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce that it is no other team than Nutty Flower. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for them. Nutty Flower. Nutty Flower. Today we are proud that all the coconut teams are winning, from the husk to the food itself. So you have to bring coconut water. Now let's give it up for ourselves as well. We've all done well. Congratulations to everybody. If you are seated close to one of the top 5, just touch their plug and have a feel of it. Have a feel of it. Very important. You can take a picture with it too, but don't post on social media that it's yours. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our final closing remarks. A few more. Would there be a message from the Impact Hub Accra? Okay, so please let's give it up for Miss Eunice and the team. Please, let's give it up for them.
All right, so on behalf of Impact Hub Accra, we'd like to say we thank you very much for such genuine innovation that can transform our country and move our country forward. We are looking forward to hosting all of you in Accra next week and engage with other students from KNUST and Legon. So thank you very much, and we look forward to see you in Accra.
Thank you too. They have a very nice working space where you go roam about, yes, and take nice pictures.
Okay, I would also just like to add this, that for anyone, any of the teams that didn't make it, if you're in Accra, you can always pass by our space. We are always open to host you, to speak to you about your business, to help you, and yes. So
anytime you're in Accra, just pass by Impact Hub. And I'm sure most of you already have my numbers. So, and we are located in Osu, so Aqua J Park. So, yes.
Very nice space. They share jollof there too, so when you go, get jollof. Hey, because of jollof, you go there. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll take the final remarks from Dr. Karen before our chairperson does the closing remarks. Please put your hands together for Dr. Karen.
Thank you very much. I know we are all tired, so I'm just saying one thing. So I mentioned earlier that yes, we have to select 5, but for us it's not just about the 5. And so we had 10 teams pitching, and the other 5 would work with us in the incubation program. So I think we should clap for all the other 5 teams as well. And I think this is a starter. You know, sometimes when I talk, they've heard me talk so many times. So I'm happy that they're actually hearing the judges' comments. And for the 5, there's a lot of work. A lot of work. So let's prepare ourselves so that we can improve our ideas and make it better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. So finally, we hear from our chairperson, Professor David Tedoku. Please put your hands together for our chairperson.
Thank you very much. I think it has been a very good morning and early afternoon. I stepped out, so I missed a couple of the presentations, but I think that with what I've seen and what has been shown briefly during the presentation of the plaques, we can improve on this and be able to compete very well with our other sister universities. No, we are number 1, so we want to be number 1 in everything. So as the director of DHAB has said, you need to work a bit more on the comments that you received from our ABLE panel. We're looking forward to addressing them and making your work presentations very competitive to ultimately win the prize. And I am happy also. I think I told you from the beginning that there are no losers. So those who have not been selected, you haven't lost anything much. You can work on your ideas. Some of you have started already. My deputy is excited about the Kobe spices. Actually, I was telling him I had some guests from Europe last week, and when we were going, a friend in Finland asked me to send them more money, actually, and they said they won't take it. Yeah, the word more money, they said they won't take it, so they went without it. They took the 1,000, but they didn't take the more money because they said they were not comfortable with carrying that. So I think with that, you'll be able to explore those possibilities also in the very near future. So we would like to thank all of you who presented and those of you who came to support your colleagues. We are most grateful to you. This is what we should be doing, addressing issues that will make societal impact, irrespective of what we are studying. And we are looking forward to you participating more and more in such kind of event. Next week we will have the Academia, Industry, Research and Innovation Fair. We haven't had any of these in the past 5 years. At least since 2018 we have not had such an event. So this is one of a kind after a long time. And we'd like to invite you to walk through to see what your faculty members and your colleagues are doing in terms of inventions and in terms of entrepreneurial ideas. So on Wednesday and Thursday next week, we'll be at NEC, and we'd like to invite you to walk through after your lectures to see what is happening. I would like to sincerely thank you, panel of judges, for your patience, your time, and for your valuable input to these ideas. We're looking forward to calling on you another time for another event, and we'd like to say a very big thank you. So overall, it has been good, and I am glad that we have been able to select some of you to represent us. Put up the best, and let us be nothing but the best. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. Ladies and gentlemen, right after here, we'll be taking a few pictures, so please take notes. Everybody is going to be in there. Yeah, so we'll do it in an order. But I want to say a big thank you to the British Council for this wonderful initiative. I want to say thank you to Impact Hub Accra, thank you to D Hub, and thank you to Campus Broadcasting Services for sending us live on all social media platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, we take our closing prayer. We began with a Christian one. We'll call our fellow Muslim brother to do the closing prayer for us. So let's put our hands together for Seba Akologo. Oh, put your hands together for the gentleman. Please, somebody should make sure they take a picture of him. He doesn't have enough pictures, so please take a picture of him.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Let us pray. Glory be to you. Praises be to you, Allah. I bear it witness that there is none to worship apart from you, Allah. As we started this meeting with Alhamdulillah, we are ending with Alhamdulillah. I pray for your guidance throughout the meeting as we are leaving here to our various destinations, as we continue in the daily activities which coming on months and forever. We submit ourselves to you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. So, with our judges and our chairperson, we're going to have Coco Terrain should come up. Please come. Coco Terrain should come with your plug and take the picture. Please join. We're going to have our